Let's see. That do it? There we go. I think that'll do it. Well, hopefully you can see and hear me right now, everybody. Welcome back to Paleontologizing. Really glad you could make it today. Welcome. I'm broadcasting to you live from the desert of eastern Utah, digging here in the earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. And I'm going to be bringing you into the quarry in just a minute to show you what we've got coming out. But yeah, excellent. Looks hot. It's only about 102 degrees right now, Smorphosaurus. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty comfortable out here. It's 102 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. Close to 40 Celsius. It's probably like 39 Celsius, something like that. But yeah, Quinn Bob, thank you for the 31 months. Hello everyone. Smorphosaurus, Kodali, Ironheart, Kauri-chan, Coley Online, Claire Burr. How are you doing, everybody? Welcome. Claire, thank you for being here. I think I saw Lenina earlier, too. How are you doing, Lenina? Welcome. It is great to have you here. For anybody who's here for the very first time, let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. You're clever folks, so you probably know already that a paleontologist is a scientist who studies fossils. And I work on dinosaurs in particular, hence dinosaur paleontologist. Most paleontologists do not work on dinosaurs. We're actually a pretty small minority, but we get a lot of the attention, I guess, because dinosaurs are so cool. Anyway, speaking of cool, we're going to be digging up some dinosaurs, and I think that's going to be pretty neat. So, yeah. Here's our quarry over here. We were broadcasting from yesterday, and this is how this is all possible. Those of you who are new, this is how we're broadcasting via satellite right now. There's my little shade tarp I set up with the solar battery, the router, the dish, and then solar panels. So, yeah. Pretty cool setup, and I would not have been able to afford any of this stuff if it were not for the incredible generosity of this community. So thank you very much for that, everybody. Yeah. Anyway, we're here at the very beginning of the Cretaceous period. These rocks are going to be close to 140 million years old. And so this is these are some of the oldest terrestrial Cretaceous rocks in North America, maybe the world, actually. Yeah. So, pretty cool. We've got potentially a couple of new dinosaur species that are going to come out of this hole during the summer. So, yeah. Anyway. And thank you, Lenina, for that gift sub. I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah. Oh, and Quinn the Fossil Man. How are you doing, Quinn? Welcome. We miss you too, Quinn. I wish you could be here. Shoot. Did you end up taking that job or no? Let me know. Anyway, yeah. Invisible Dimensions. I do have my ukulele, but it's way over there in my tent. See the tent next to the Toyota Prius? That's my tent. And that's my Prius. The uke is in there. I don't really bring it to the quarry. So yeah. Maybe we'll do a camp stream at some point, and maybe if you ask very nicely, I can break out the uke. But yeah, anywho. Nathan Pridehart, thank you for the support there. Appreciate that. Good stuff. Anyway, let's go down into the quarry and start digging. I gotta pull my weight around here, you know? Yeah. So, for those of you who weren't here yesterday, this is our quarry. And there's Dawn doing some inspecting right now. There we are.
What's that?
All right. Everybody chat says hi. Go ahead and set this.
How's it going over here with the bones you're finding? Really? Wow.
Hang this one here, maybe. There we go. It's nice and in the shade. Within range of the router. I think that'll be good like that.
It's not like,
Yeah, you're getting a table there. Getting close.
All right, excellent. Yeah.
Crissy-crossy.
You got to get down to Justin's. And I'm still pretty high up above down there.
Good stuff. Hey, Quinn is in chat right now.
No way.
Yeah.
What's up, Quinn?
Yeah, how you doing, Quinn? Good to see you.
Right here, so I've probably got
He says, darn, I gotta get out there. Yeah. Yeah, you do, Quinn. Shoot. We miss you, man. Dino Wolf wants to know, are we finding Utah Raptor? We're actually in a layer a little bit lower than Utah Raptor. The Utah Raptor's from the upper yellow cat, right?
Yeah.
We're in the lower yellow cat member of the Cedar Mountain Formation. What's that, Phil?
It's known for Calcareous.
Yeah.
Utah's dinosaur graveyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Calcareous, Mierosaurus,
Calcareous.
Iguanacolossus. That's from the lower yellow cat, as I understand it. And I'm not going to be interacting with chat as much as I might during an office stream or something like that, because we're working here. So. Anyway, let me know if you've got any questions. Working here, yeah.
As Quinn says.
Right.
It's another rainy day and working here.
It's another day digging dinosaurs.
Stacking boxes.
There's my brush. Alright, keep track of all your tools out here.
So Danny, once you find a bone, that's how low it is.
Right there? Where he's...
Point to it.
Oh yeah, so that's one that I wrapped last year.
Yeah, so we are way above it, way higher than I thought we were.
Yeah.
So we probably go super fast, honestly.
Okay, just blast through this stuff.
I'm a lot higher than you are. I think you're, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take away some of this.
Smart.
Try and level it down.
Smart.
Yeah.
Last year, trying to find like under your knees there where the bone level is.
Mm-hmm.
Start working it from there.
Down pretty low. So here we're trying to get down to the actual bone layer where we had elements coming out last summer. And I'm right here in what Don calls the crack of doom between the shade tarps. So I'm getting some direct sunlight here. But nice thing is the sun does not stay in one place, it moves around, so I'm not going to be like this all day.
Sorry. I can't help it, I'm sorry.
Grilled Pikachu says, all hail Ethan.
Sick.
True.
All hell Pikachu.
What's that, I'm sorry?
Fisher, we were talking about that. That is a thing that in the Pokemon domain, people eat Pokemon, right?
Yeah. Canonically, there's like they eat Slowpoke and I think fun creatures like that.
That's nuts. Wow. You'd think those would be cherished. I guess if they're like capturing them to fight in gladiator-style battles, maybe the well-being of the Pokemon is not necessarily at the forefront of everyone's mind.
Like a Pokédex entry about Farfetch, just like duck holding a leak.
Russell Crokemon.
It almost got hunted to extinction or something.
Holy cow.
You said 20 million or 2 million?
That's grim for like a children's show, but
It's based on like a proverb, a Japanese proverb,
Yeah.
like a duck holding a leak. It's like
oh really?
Do
is like
100 with 3 zeros.
good fortune laying itself out in front of you.
When I divide by 20, that's 5.
You can eat the duck and you can eat the
and
leaf.
$5,000. And most members contribute probably
Weirded out by that.
$5,000.
He doesn't really eat meat.
Hey Danny, check it out. We're continuous
Is there
Very nice, yeah. One layer right here.
at last.
Very nice.
I'll empty your bucket in a minute. Sorry, I'm filling it
No,
up.
you could. Could be a communal bucket.
Commune.
like that? You have to be prepared with a 1-year supply. My grandfather, who was had
And remember last year when we found the pubis and for like half a day we thought it might be a stegosaur plate?
Yeah. It's the youngest stegosaur in North America.
That would have been incredible. I'm still hoping for something like that.
Turned out to be an important bone.
Yeah?
We needed a pubis to figure out if it had that curve like Iguanacolossus does.
Oh, do we have a verdict on that now?
500 years.
What's that?
Do we have a verdict on that now?
As to whether or not it curves?
Yeah.
It do.
Oh, and Iguanacolossus also does?
Yeah. But I think Camptosaurus does too, so it may be a dubious, it may just be like an ancestral state, so it may not be a good articulate.
Camptosaurus are just very bendy in general.
Bendy boys.
I mean, isn't that what the name means? I think it means bent lizard.
I think it means, yeah. Hula.
On account of the femur's got a curve to it or something like that?
Who's that, Danny?
Camptosaurus.
Camptosaurus is curved.
It means limbo reptile. In Dutch.
Double Dutch treat. There's a lot of wacky banter in Corey.
Oh yeah.
Whack me.
Well, honestly, it's a lot more tepid, I guess, that we've got a camera on us. Hello to you, John Tanaka. How are you doing? Welcome. A bunch of new people here. This is great.
I got a friend named Tanaka.
Yeah?
Yeah. He had Japanese foster parents.
Huh.
Was it alright?
I believe Tomoyuki Tanaka is one of the original producers on the Godzilla series.
Oh yeah?
Not like that's pertinent information or anything, but
Apparently it's a pretty common name. My friend, whose last name is Tanaka, he's white and he's from a small town in Idaho, so he like never met any other Japanese people. So when he met the first person named Tanaka, he was like, "Oh my god, you must be related to my dad." And the guy was like, "Dude, that's like one of the most common names." He just, grew up in a tiny little town in Idaho, so he had no context for the world. It's kind of funny.
Gamer L007, thank you for the 9 months of support. I appreciate that. Good stuff. Yeah, let us know if you guys have got any questions. Yeah. And never mind. I was gonna say, if anybody else in the quarry wants to look at Chad, but no, we're working here.
I'm working here. EQ
Washu, thank you for the support too. I appreciate that very much. Yeah. John Tanaka says, yes, the Tanaka surname is quite common.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
Glad I wasn't totally speaking out of school.
Yeah.
Should I be paying any extra special attention when I find wet layers?
Wet, let me see.
No, that's like moisture that's collected down there. And, yeah.
A lot of times roots come down and they're often associated with bones.
Yeah.
Well, if we're low on water, I'd be more careful, more, thoughtful of it.
I think we're good for now, though.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Where are you and what are you looking for? Dinosaur bones? Yes, Johnson Eka. I've got text at the top of the screen that says, live dinosaur dig near Moab, Utah. But apparently I turned the opacity too low on it, so nobody can see it.
That's fine.
It's there. It's really subtle, everybody. Look up in the, I think it's up here.
Chain link font.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we're here digging a quarry that I was working in last year. This has been going, how long has this particular hole been going here?
Don, was Mirasaurus discovered in like 2013 or 14? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we've been, this is our 15th season working out here, and we've skipped a couple, but since 2007 is when we started digging in earnest out here.
Yeah.
What about Gary's Island specifically?
That was 2010, 2011.
Gotcha.
So yeah, shoot, that's a long time. Yeah. We've had a number of different dinosaurs that have come out of this same hole in the ground. And we've got the potential for maybe 2 new species here. If the iguanodont turns out to be something different than Iguana colossus, then that'll be new. And then we've got some tantalizing pieces of a big meat-eating dinosaur. What you might call like a carnosaur, or carcarnothosaur perhaps.
Carnagesaurus.
So yeah.
What about crocodilian material? Teeth.
Oh yeah, we've got crocodilian material from here. A bit of a turtle that came out this morning. Potential fish tooth. Yeah.
Rewriting our theories.
There you go. We'll dump this bucket.
Oh, sorry. That's
No, you're good. You're good. Oh. Let's do both at once.
That was very good. Thanks.
Gigantor wants to know if we found any gar here, like we found in Wyoming. I've not seen a single piece of a gar from this quarry. I don't know if they're really common in the early Cretaceous. It might take a while to really go big.
Make the run, dude. You don't have the last twigs.
And if you find croc material, could you find Spinosaurus? Nobody's ever found any trace of a Spinosaurid in North America, to my knowledge. Yeah, this might be the sort of environment that maybe they could survive in, but I don't know if they ever actually make it to North America.
They're kind of everywhere else, huh?
Yeah, and it's weird because we do get a lot of dinosaurs that seem to come over from Europe later on in the Cedar Mountain, right? But
like Meodosaurus.
yeah, but
Are there any Jurassic, at least
Jurassic Gar? I'm not sure.
Jurassic Gark.
Oh, what are they?
They're Lepisostiids.
Yeah. Whenever I think of Lepisostiids, I always think of Cretaceous or Cenozoic. They probably originate in the Jurassic, I'd imagine. I don't know. I really don't know. Somebody can look it up. Yeah. And Zuluun, hey, how are you doing? Welcome to Paleontologizing. Yeah, good to see you back. And have any dinosaurs been found in the Midwest U.S.? It depends on how you define the Midwest, West. Like, is Arkansas the Midwest? Because, yeah, you've got Arkansas. We've got some dinosaurs from Missouri now.
Alabama?
What's that?
Alabama?
Yeah, Alabama.
Oh yeah, that's the South though.
Yeah.
Appalachiosaurus. Tyrannosaur.
So yeah, but like the upper Midwest, I don't think we.
Also, the Mesozoic rock has been eroded away.
Right? Yeah. The glaciers. We did away with much of that.
But of course, there's the Western Interior Seaway that divided North America.
Yeah, if you consider Kansas to be the Midwest.
That's just people do, and I think that's so weird. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of anywhere that has less to do with Ohio and Michigan than Kansas and Nebraska.
Well, so I don't know. Pat Holroyd she'd always say like, yeah, you know, Kansas, that is the Midwest. Michigan's not the Midwest. That's the North. She would say.
This stuff's actually super controversial. There's a bunch of research about like how people define the West, and there's like hundreds of definitions. Like, a bunch of people don't consider California the West.
Which is so weird, because I'm from California. I'm like, yeah, Wyoming, that's east. It's not the West. When I'm back east, you know, in Wyoming.
I like what Wallace Stegner says. He says, California is west of the West.
That's good.
Where does it start? Where does it end?
Yeah. And Hawaii, you know?
100th meridian? Maybe?
I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's arid.
Isn't St. Louis the gateway to the West?
That's what they say, but they also say the same thing about Dickinson, North Dakota. They call that the edge of the West, the western edge?
The wedge.
Yeah.
I can't do without you.
And I'm so glad I have this all with the metal part on here. It's really hard to find one like that you can actually use with a hammer.
Man, you've got it all.
Yeah. Let's see. Transit Biker says Mississippi to the Rockies equals the Midwest.
It's up to you. I mean,
wait, so
the Rockies? So, eastern
would that
Colorado?
include the Wasatch?
That is the Rockies, though.
Yeah.
So, eastern Colorado is the Midwest.
Denver's Midwest.
Huh. Would you say so, Don? Denver would be the Midwest?
Denver's in the Midwest then.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. We're skeptical.
Hmm.
I mean, then again, none of this stuff is real.
Right.
Denver is just a
all
spot.
arbitrary,
It's a
yeah.
word, yeah. But
It's not a real place.
we
you
need,
know?
imaginary categories. It's how we make sense of this world.
Real ever since the legalization of cannabis.
Yeah, that's the minute it became a real
Yeah.
place.
Pericles the Eighth. Hey, thank you for the hydrate there. Let me drink some water.
I didn't know Pericles had kids.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess he survived the plague. Ow. Themistocles.
Perth Amboy says, how many people total are there on this site? Well, you could probably count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8. Soon to be 9.
Yeah. 8. Yeah, and
Give me more Parasaurolophai.
yeah, can we get some Parasaurolophus in the chat for Justin over there?
Low Parasaurolophai to study too.
Yeah. But yeah. And oh, Lenina, I think Wasp understands that we're not archaeologists. I think they were saying that it's funny that archaeologists aren't the only ones who are goofy in the quarry. I'm guessing maybe they're an archaeologist. But yeah. Anyway.
What's
yeah.
archaeology? Is that like dinosaurs and stuff? Or?
Yeah, the desert big enough about the rock. It's gonna have to be goofy.
Excuse me. Yeah. All right. Yeah. We got some Parasaurolophus for you there, Justin.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Para what?
Yeah. Beside the crested
That's my
lizard.
favorite thing about it.
Or
no
the
one can
lizard
freaking
crest.
ask it. And then here I was at 5 years old. Parasaurolophus. My mom's like, what? What are you saying? Don't get it. I got you this dinosaur book, and now you learn things I don't know.
I just went there. I just went to
Am I pronouncing it wrong, John?
It's all solid. I want to break it apart.
Can I get some of that for you?
If I was running for paleo president, my platform would be that we get to stop talking about how names are pronounced, as long as it is, you know, somewhat faithful to the spelling.
Sure. As long as people know what you're talking about, it doesn't really matter.
Pay race or lopus.
Yeah. Lophus.
Lopus.
Yeah, or what's the classic example, chat? Dinosaur
Tradoon.
pronunciation. Yeah.
But that is wrong though, huh? Because you got the O's in all the wrong places.
Exactly. Yeah.
What about, how do you spell muntops?
I think you spelled Muntops.
Muntops?
M-U-N-T-O-P-S.
Boy, Muntops. Muntops.
Mostrops. South Africa.
South
South Africa? Moontops?
We've got several Australians in chat right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love our Aussified tendons.
Aussified tendies.
It might just be
Great Sag wants to know, are there a lot of bugs out there when digging? There's actually like a distressingly few bugs. Like,
This was right under your butt.
I don't know.
the harvester ants.
We do have ants, yeah, and there's some flies buzzing around, but you'd be kind of shocked at how desolate this little valley is here. We've seen one bird, well, all of us together as a crew have seen one bird so far this week in this valley.
That is absurd.
Don saw a rock wren this morning, first thing over by the Groover.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 mammals.
2 mammals, well, aside from us, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was what, you found a mouse?
In the trailer last night. and-
In the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
not
sneaking
ideal.
on them cookies.
Yeah. After your Lucky Charms there, Fisher.
You might have to eat every Oreo tonight.
That's why they call me Oreopithecus.
Oreopithecus. We're gonna have to draw that, Fisher.
Well, it's a real taxon.
Oreopithecus
Yeah,
is a real taxon?
It's an ape, yeah.
Really? Was it sponsored by Nabisco?
Is it from Italy or India or one of those?
One of those I countries.
Yeah, it's one of those countries that ends in Y.
Indiana.
India. Suchomimus.
Sarcomomus.
Silkicus.
Yeah. And Cephalon Wolf wants to know where these fossils are going to. Well, I could make a joke right now, but it's not anything to joke about. These are going to the Utah Geological Survey, which we're working for right now, to be cleaned and prepared. And then after that, they're going to the University of Utah, to the Natural History Museum of Utah, NHMU, in Salt Lake City. And the whole point is those fossils are going to be there in perpetuity, held in the public trust to be studied by scientists and enjoyed by the public. Those fossils will be there long after we're all dead and gone. So that's one of the coolest things about working out here, is you get to be part of this project that's so much bigger than just yourself, you know? Bigger than any one of us. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Real Zabbit, what system do you use to divide the field? Wheeler? I don't know what that means.
You gotta carry the one.
Talking about like the grid system.
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, like a coordinate system? Yeah, we've just got lat long, right?
Or UTM.
UTM? Okay.
Well, here we use lat long, yeah.
Yeah.
In the quarry.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No, here we just made an arbitrary median.
Yeah, so there's,
Oh,
there's
okay,
an
okay.
origin. It's like it's a Cartesian plane.
Okay,
We have an origin point, which is 0,
cool.
and then east-west and north-south axes.
I wonder if Wheeler is like if that's like an, not industry term, but like something in archaeology or something like that. I'm not picking up on.
What do archaeologists do? They just study dinosaurs? Oh, sorry, we've already talked about this.
People are gonna think
Sorry, I'm confusing everybody.
that this is a rerun.
Yeah. I'm having deja archaeology.
Yeah.
Rerun. Public access.
Yeah,
Attitude Day wants to know if you could have someone bring you anything from civilization to such a desolate valley, what would you have them bring?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Displaced
$1 billion.
Yeah, for sure. John Hammond.
No, not that.
For sure that.
$1 trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that's a trillion things.
It's actually like kind of sad when you think about how much you could do with that, you know?
It's insane, yeah.
Like, you know, we say we shouldn't be like selfish or whatnot, but like money, you know, money isn't everything. But it's like, man, if you had $1 billion, you could just, I mean, you could do whatever your hobby was. You could do it so much that
yeah,
you just would catch on fire.
beautifully put. Yeah.
How did he die? Well, he was digging dinosaurs till he caught on fire. He just had that much money.
Ethan, in our minds, you're always on fire.
Aww.
No, I was asking Don about the budget last night, and I was kind of astonished that it was like
35.
He was like, "What budget? What do you mean?"
Basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's negative numbers.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, I mean, shoot, if anybody would like to help support us out here, just like yesterday, if you want to, you know, if you got a few dollars change and you want to help support some paleontologists and buy us some ice cream or something like that.
Or food.
Or food.
Or regular food as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
No room in the freezer for ice cream.
Yeah.
Blueberries.
We need chicken.
We need to replace our blueberries, right, Don?
That's right, yeah.
And yeah, now that he brought that up, I think 5 or 6 people did donate last night, and we got $110.
All right.
Holy
Thanks,
cow.
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Thank you
and
very, very much,
I'll
everybody.
be sending out personal thank yous to those folks.
Thank you, Don. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. Yeah. So if you don't want Don to get any work done tonight, keep donating, and he'll have to spend all night doing personal thank yous. You're going to do a video for each one, right?
Well, how about for every donation over $500? We don't need that much.
Yeah. Earnestly,
But yeah,
though,
I think
thank you, everybody. Yeah.
somebody ponied up $50, so that was
$50.
yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah.
Any little bit helps up to a certain point. want
Yeah.
too crazy.
That's actually something I forgot to do. Shoot, maybe I could do it right now. Change the command so that there's like an actual link to Don's Venmo rather than just his Venmo handle. Let me go get my computer and see if I can figure that out. Yeah. Or actually, Claire Burr, if you know how to figure that out, that would be wonderful. To have a link to Don's Venmo rather than just the Venmo handle. That would make it even more frictionless for everybody. If you can figure out how to do that. I don't know. You're just as likely to figure that out as I am, so maybe I'll leave that up to you, Claire. But yeah. Anyway, good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you got out of sync.
What's that?
You got out of sync. You're so
Come on. Oh. What if we had a pool trailer out here?
I said that earlier. Just put one of the tarps in the truck.
There you go, Justin, yeah.
I know what's up. I live in the desert.
Ann Sim says, finally an educational stream that's actually educational. And then they did a sarcastic emoji. Or emote.
Hard to read. Yeah.
Talk about
Just hear me. I just
ice pick to the heart.
how to make a
Ice
pool in
all
the
to the heart. And AWL to the heart.
Put everyone in there for 2 hours. You'll have a pool. I won't say what it is, but you'll have a pool. You find out the rest yourself.
Yeah. Frozen X is just think how quickly some TNT would help break this up. I mean, yeah, we should also destroy all the fossils. Yeah. Although, you know, yesterday Ethan was going to town on this with the jackhammer. But that's a precision piece of equipment compared to, you know, explosives.
Compared to TNT.
It's dynamite. So Fun Wolf, everything's bigger in Texas. Does this include the dinosaurs?
Pretty big ones.
Yeah, we've got Alamosaurus from Texas.
Sauroposeidon.
Sauroposeidon.
Icrocanthosaurus.
Oh, from Texas. Proper Texas exit.
Proper big.
Dinosaurus.
Dinosaurus.
Everyone's favourite dinosaur, Dinosaurus.
Crocodile.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and I got you, Anson. Well, thank you. Anson was not being sarcastic when they said this was educational.
Nice.
I mean, we're mildly educational here.
I feel very educated.
You do?
I learned how to not destroy dinosaur bones.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's an important.
Well, I learned the concept. I learned in theory.
You learned we're not supposed to
I
break
learned
them.
we're not supposed to break them. But sometimes they break anyway, so we have to glue them back together.
True.
And I did find that one match in that one. Pretty proud of that.
Soretto
I will
Sucos.
probably break them off before the end.
Raw Pero Vinegar.
But I know I'm not
Those
supposed
names.
to. That's what it's
The many faces of baryonyx.
The River Hunter Killer. The Cottonwood Slayer.
The Mangrove Destroyer.
The Cedar Punisher. It's a bit loud.
Oh.
Oh.
That might be theropod.
Ooh.
You got a tooth, mate.
It's got striations. And it's
Oh boy, that is a theropod tooth. Holy moly. Holy
Good
moly.
save. Good save.
Danny.
Holy moly!
Holy moly, it's still intact, mate. Not a bit broke off. I'm probably yelling. It's because I've got these on. Yeah, dude, this is a nice one. Looks like a dromaeosaur.
Yeah, it looks like it to me.
Yeah, beautiful
My first
serrations.
thought. Doesn't look troodonted.
Check it out, Dylan.
Doesn't look therizinosaur. I'll show you in a minute, chat. Maybe.
We've got the
If you're nice.
other side of the tooth too, so we know exactly where it came from.
Very nice. Got the impression there?
Yeah, it looks like a I assume it's a dromaeosaur.
Oh yeah, very nice. Very nice. Good spot, Fisher.
Micro King.
Yeah, Micro King. His reign continues.
Told you that, mate.
I wonder.
Yeah, we could probably let that dry a little bit and then just probably wrap it up.
No glue.
Alright.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Little serrations, crenulations,
Show the camera now.
combobulations.
Combobulations.
Got my jewelry loop. See if I can see those serrations. Very nice. Wow. Yeah, look at those beautiful serrations there. I don't know, I feel like maybe some glue might benefit this. It's pretty cracked up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very cool. Nice. Yeah, little
Yeah.
Oh yes, it has arrived. Hasn't it? Forgot about that part.
Line around it.
It's okay.
Maybe some little thing. Yeah, maybe just let it dry a little bit.
Lovely.
Then you want to show the camera?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, Fisher. Holy cow. Behold, the prettiest thing to come out of the quarry so far today. A theropod dinosaur tooth. Probably from a dromaeosaur or a, like, raptor dinosaur. Right there, circled in Sharpie. Take a look at that. Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So Fisher found this. And you saw right when it happened. Dromaeosaur tooth.
How many teeth have you found now, Fisher?
You want some copper tone, mate?
So, from a dinosaur, probably not too different from Utahraptor. Might be from Yurgavuchia, which could be the ancestor of Utahraptor. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Should I be going in with the ice
Yeah.
cream down them?
Very nice. One more time I'll show you. Right up close.
Bury on
Take a look at that. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Very nice. Look at those serrations.
Sitting in here, maybe it's better if it's just in the
Lovely.
Yeah, I'd keep it.
The pizza ones.
I think you're still okay with the
Okay, with the screws in.
keep over to this hard stuff, yeah.
Very nice.
Maybe somebody planted that so you can find it on there.
Aquarium hand here. Okay.
Fisher?
Want some fish?
What's up? Fish?
I'm good, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, yeah.
I'll try a little stabilizer.
Good stuff, good
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, the thing is when it jumps aqualizer. Fine. Perfect.
An enamel always breaks so easy. Once a little piece of enamel comes off, it just
Very exciting. So that is why we dig slowly through here. We don't blast through with dynamite or anything. Because if you just did that, you'd miss all those wonderful little fossils like that. Yeah.
Pre-prep.
Sulu asks, could dinosaurs change teeth like a shark? They did all the time, yeah. Most animals that have teeth will cycle through their teeth. They'll, shed the old ones and grow new ones in their place, like sharks. We as mammals are kind of weird in that we don't do that. Most mammals have 2 sets of teeth for their whole life and then they're done. But, most animals are different, including dinosaurs. Just had a never-ending supply of teeth for as long as they were alive. So that tooth there, that looks like a shed tooth because it doesn't have a root or anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would have been a tooth that the animal spat out or maybe accidentally swallowed during its lifetime. Or maybe it got stuck in some prey or it fell out of the mouth at some point. Yeah, dinosaur teeth are often a really good indicator of like what kind of dinosaurs were living in a given environment. Because you might find their teeth long before you find any, any other elements from them, any other bones. So like our Carcharodontosaur, we had teeth from this area before we ever had any other elements, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Still just that one skull element.
I don't think that's a Carcharodontosaur, but
Did they introduce
Ooh.
well, we'll see.
Yeah.
So just teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, primarily.
So no money in dinosaur dentistry. There you go,
Something
Asker.
like Acrocanthosaur.
No money in dinosaur what?
Dinosaur dentistry.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot.
Well,
We
it says
just had-
dinosaur dental hygienist on the other hand.
There you go.
That's different.
It's something like Acrocanthosaurus.
Yeah. Acro size. Probably. I think the teeth are pretty similar too. There's one giant crown, there's like a few smaller ones. The giant crown's like 4 inches long.
Dang.
But it's missing the root.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
The cold water was returned. Fisher, want some? Pass it down here.
Ew, you put his mouth on it.
His cheeky little lips.
Intentionally did not. Okay.
Hey. Contaminated.
I didn't sign up for
Let's see. Oh, and Kodali, thank you for reposting that from Cyber Tiger. I've not checked my messages on Instagram in probably like a year, so I probably did not get that, but I'll make sure I check. Thank you.
Some
Yeah.
people. It's a little bit.
And
Yeah, there's a little bit everywhere.
Nathan Prydart says, I just sent Dawn and you all support through Venmo. Well, thank you, Nathan Prydart. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I didn't ever sign up for that.
That'll,
I never read it.
I'm sure that'll go a long way, so thank you very much.
Even little bits goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Just go to the app.
$5 or a tenner.
You pence.
Two thumbs, two
Where's your?
Oh, sorry, they gave me.
Go back to our
It'll take a little longer for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be done.
There. Just swipe up. See all your apps.
Okay, see, that's fine.
Did I tell you about that time I was
It's just
in a bar in Manchester?
Uh-uh.
Or a pub?
Okay.
I don't think so.
And I didn't know that it was 100 pence in a pound, like 100 cents in a dollar.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like my first day there, and so I just asked the bartender, I'm like, so it's 100 pence in a pound? And he goes, I have no idea. He was like 40.
It's just messing with you.
You know, I think he was serious. He was like, look it up? I don't know.
Hey, really?
Yeah, I was someone born and raised in England, middle age. No idea how their money works.
Well, who can blame them?
Yeah. Sterling.
Pounds, pence, euros, shillings,
Pennies?
Yeah, you
pennies,
can
hay pennies.
get out of this.
Flatten pennies? Crisp pennies?
How much is a hay penny, you know? Or pressed penny?
I also get extra.
Well, a pressed penny is 51 cents, usually.
Thing on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Tech savvy.
Nathan Prydart says you're welcome, get some ice cream. Well,
I get the money.
We'll
you
see.
got the brains.
We'll have to eat it right away because we don't have freezer space for it.
You guys want some cold water?
But
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
It's just right there, and behind Justin.
that's a lot of goldfish, says Gulf City.
I know.
What's cold water?
Read.
I've got some, but thank you. I don't want to take your cold water. I appreciate you though, Justin. Thank
It's
you.
a big thing.
Oh, can I have some goldfish, please?
Absolutely. You want to head out? Want to swim on up here upstream?
Yep.
Sure.
Just a small one hand.
Yeah, we don't have many.
2 more than that. And then 6 more than that. Okay, that's it. What's
Sponsor us.
You got time to check the temperature, Dan, or are you busy?
Sure. Yeah, let's
Let
see.
everybody know what it is at 3:30.
You know,
Yeah, do we want to take some
Mountain
guesses?
Standard Time. I'm sorry, Mountain Daylight Savings Time.
Any guesses on what the current temperature is?
100.
93.
101.
96.
96?
101.
104.
Let's see. In the shade.
96 degrees.
In the shade.
Kind of hot. Oh yeah.
Hang in there, brother.
Could be a lot worse. 102.77.
Who was
Damn.
closest to that number?
Yeah.
Darn.
Danny, who was closest to that number?
I don't know. I wasn't paying close enough attention.
That's way hotter than
Oh, very nice, Phil. Very nice.
So
Now I
Paul
feel
Shelley,
102.
engineer.
Yeah, there you go. You win a brand new catamaran.
That'd be cool. I like catamarans.
Air conditioning.
Yeah. Very nice. So yeah, this is my digital thermometer here. Thank you, Ethan, for bringing this. I had it shipped to his house.
My
So
house
we could
is
do
a
this.
storage unit right now.
Ignore the one at the top. That's the humidity percentage. But yeah, and that's Fahrenheit. And I think I can change mode to make it
It
Celsius.
should be like 39.
9/5 F. No, 5/9 F minus 32.
Yeah, 39.5 degrees Celsius.
You got listeners that
For
are
all
in
those
Europe?
people
Oh, yeah.
who use
Yeah.
real
All right.
human numbers instead of
Exactly, yeah.
nonsense
People
numbers.
from saner
Nonsense
countries who use
numbers
metric.
based on the length of the first
Numbers interpretable by human beings.
Yeah. Although it just jumped up to 103 right now.
All right, I win.
Catamaran goes to Dawn. Wah, wah. Yeah. There you go, chat. This concludes Phil's Weather Corner.
You're welcome.
It's hot.
You're welcome, Danny.
Thank you, Phil. Appreciate
Next
it.
weather update will be on the top of the hour.
Weather with Phil on the 8th.
It's hot out here. Thanks, Phil.
Blazing saddles hot.
And now Ethan with the traffic.
There's nobody out here. Back to you.
All day.
Yeah.
All day.
The truck is parked. Yeah.
Dinosaur 1842. Who named dinosaurs?
Owen.
Owen.
Yeah.
Richard Owen?
The word
Richard
dinosaur. Yeah.
Owen.
Sir Richard Owen.
Not to be confused with
sir.
Richard Cheese.
Not Richard Cheese. There are actually a number of other names proposed for the group. Pachypoda was another group, or another name for Dinosauria that I think maybe Seeley proposed. Harry Govier Seeley
Grover.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
from the Muppets, or from
something
Sesame
foot?
Street. Thickfoot, yeah. Pachypoda.
The legend of Thickfoot. Known from throughout the Midwest. Sightings.
I think you wanna don't have stick feet.
What do you think it is, Bobo?
No, thank you, man. I didn't notice. Gracias.
I was thinking of Yogi Bear when you said that, and then I realized you were making a Bigfoot hunting Bigfoots.
Whatever. Finding Bigfoot.
Find,
Possessing Bigfoot.
not finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, it should
show.
be called Should be called Guys in the Woods that are confused.
Smacking.
Guys with an agenda outside.
All day.
Yeah, all day.
Smacking trees with sticks.
Yeah.
It's a squatch.
See what happens when it gets over 103 to the human brain? This is a good lesson for you.
There you go.
We're getting
The
cooked.
human brain.
Hypothermia-induced psychosis.
It's not meant to be boiled.
Brain.
Boiled?
Brain. It's the brain.
The grid.
Good. Thanks, Bill.
I bet your sister would appreciate something like that.
Oh yeah.
All these organics.
Whole plant structure.
Yeah, plant structure. Imagine being a paleontologist who just studies little bits of organic crud and being like super stoked about this.
Before you threw it into the...
Those don't really exist, right?
I don't
I
know
mean,
if
like-
anybody.
I mean, like, I'm sure a,
Well,
a geochemist would, yeah, or a
Yeah.
pollen guy. But,
Paleontology is big.
but they're
Oh,
not,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not
That's
excited
very big.
when they're doing it. They're
No,
just like,
they-
here I go to the pollen
No,
lab.
they get the microscope and you see like 20 different
Holy
snowflakes.
cow!
There's a lot you can learn from. Oh,
No, for sure, yeah. I'm just being a goof.
no. Yup.
Being a dinosaur elitist.
But
No,
the implications
no,
are
they're
exciting.
all different looking. They look like snowflakes and suns and dots, polka dots, whatever. You should read a paleontology paper. See all the
I
illustrations.
think I actually.
It's in a book.
It's very crucial when you don't have radioactive ash layers to date. And you supply them.
They call them the ammonites of the air.
Yep.
Aeronauts. The aeronauts.
Have you seen those old reconstructions of ammonites with the little wings on them?
Oh no.
That's kind of fun.
It was from like the 1700s, I think.
Definitely a bird.
It's a squid bird.
Squid
Had
bird.
helium in its shell.
Well, how else did they get to the top of the mountains?
I'll be thinking about you too.
There you go, Don. And Madman with a box. Thank you for the gift sub there. I appreciate that.
It's in the
Thank you,
box,
Kyle.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
thanks
Gwyneth
everybody.
Paltrow's head.
Danny, thanks to everybody that helped donate for volunteer food yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely,
We
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, Don was talking about that.
Changing lives.
Thanks.
Feeding bodies. Digging bones. Rewriting theories.
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
We've got 324 people watching right now.
Oh wow.
Not too shabby.
No pressure.
Yeah. Nobody gets stage fright.
Yeah. Nobody
imagine-
move a muscle.
Imagine all of the chatters just, you know, in their underwear if you get nervous, because half of them probably are.
Yeah, it's disgusting. In a, you know, in a human way.
It's disgusting in a nice way.
Yeah.
You know?
Danny,
Disgustingly beautiful.
Yeah.
any of your people online getting your midnight in Europe?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. We've got people in the UK. We've got people in Germany right now. Yeah. Where's everybody watching from right now? Let me know.
Where you at?
Yeah. Where you at?
What's up?
Where'd Germany be?
Yeah,
in the
name,
West?
age, lat long.
Yeah. ASLL.
Washington, Florida, Indiana, New York State,
That's
West
about-
Virginia,
Is that
Austin,
Clem?
Texas,
Like-
Oklahoma, Ottawa, San
Another
Francisco, Germany.
It's a little bit chundered though.
It's a little bit.
Ooh,
Germany.
Germany,
Fisher's a tooth man.
Northern California,
Australia.
SoCal, Minnesota,
Sorry.
Minnesota,
Gotta take ours out of
Brazil?
afterwards and put them on the other half.
some place called Salt Lake City. Never heard of it.
Someone from there?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if that's my dad.
Death Guru _ NCXA. Does that sound like your dad?
Not really. Death Guru what?
Yeah. In the green.
Death Guru.
Gotta get you one of these.
Yeah. Seriously.
Good old Canada. England in my PJs. Very nice. It's close to underpants, I suppose. Upstate New York.
We're in upstate.
Up.
No, we're
Yeah,
Upstate.
we're in upstate.
Jessica DeBestica. Phil would like to know where in upstate New York.
I went to school in Ithaca,
Oh, in Ithaca. Okay, cool. Yeah.
not Ithaca College.
Cornell, right?
Yeah, the fancy pants school.
Yeah.
California. Ah.
California.
California.
Two days.
The day that we're going to California.
Broken dad though, so.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
Mother.
Space Lord.
Saskatchewan. Very nice. Yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody to Utah.
Space Lord.
There's not too much in this part of Utah except for
See the dad.
Awesome
yeah,
stuff.
us
Actually,
and
I'm sure you've heard of
dinosaurs.
He told me he's into Pink Floyd. Yeah. It's a no-name band.
There certainly aren't very many birds here.
Yeah, all guys. Yeah, it's amazing how little life there is. Like,
It's kind of astonishing.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely astonishing.
I like the Doors and
I've seen two or three lizards so far. Some bugs.
Pink Floyd.
Boggies.
Yeah.
Insects.
Insects. Little buggers.
I wonder, is like this like painfully loud on the screen? Like this?
I think that's pretty good audio. That's a good mic, and people always comment on. I don't know. Has anybody got their hands clapped over their ears when Ethan does that?
It's loud here.
Yeah. It's a bit loud. No, it's fine. It isn't wonderful, but it isn't terrible.
The world is split.
Lol.
Lol. Good one. Alright, everyone stop working. It's loud on the stream. Everyone, lol.
Sorry, this is a business.
We get a lull in the things that go lower in the
A lullaby.
I feel bad like swatting these flies because they're really slow and I usually get them even when I'm not trying to. And it's like, oh, there's one right there, shoot. I just instinctually, I go like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like they come up to you and they're like,
Hey, buddy.
like, hey friend, oh, how's it going? Wow, there's another living thing here. Oh, ah! And then they just get, yeah. I feel awful about it.
Danny Andu's a fly killer. Fish?
That's my other theme song.
I'm a vegetarian, but thank you.
Fair enough. Fish?
No, I'll take some goldfish.
My bad. My bad.
That's a good thing. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
So many. Wow.
Generous.
Generous?
Generous with his fish.
Ethan truly turning the loaves into fishes.
The fish runneth over. Water. The cup.
Water. The thing with fish in it. Where do they live?
Some schools could Bible because they claim they talk about incest.
I worked so hard to get this.
It does. Some schools.
Lychee Beich wants to know, Ethan, if you're a redhead.
I don't know, dude. America is torn.
You will not.
What do you think, chat?
Well, it might be hard with the camera, but
I mean,
yeah, it's fair, worth asking.
It was a
I
reaction.
get
is Ethan a redhead? What do you think?
I get people in the same room say dirty blonde, strawberry blonde, and redhead in the same room. So I just don't have an opinion anymore. My beard is a little
He
red.
laid with his daughters.
I had the same thing for a long time. It's like kind of gotten darker over the years, but
It was like blonde when you
it
were
used to
younger.
be like pretty red, yeah.
Isn't that normal?
Like reddish brown.
A lot of men like grow out of being blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dad was blonde until he was in his 20s, I think. Which is so strange. Yeah. Maybe I'm making that up.
No, I think that's a thing.
What does
Yeah.
that have to
No,
do
it's
with,
definitely a thing.
what does that have to do
Yeah.
with the
I was like
podcast?
platinum blonde when I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
And now
They
I
asked me if I was
now I'm
redhead.
blonde.
There you go, yeah.
So it has everything to do with it. What's that?
I'm gonna put these here.
I'm gonna tell you.
Do a little fish bowl over there.
Mhm.
Fish spot.
People are gonna go, oh, don't do that, the ground's dirty. It's like, what do you think my hands look like right now?
Yeah. I just don't know why people like the ground is dirty, but why is dirt dirty? You know?
I mean, this is clean dirt out here. I don't know. It's not like...
It's just rock.
Yeah.
It's like clean rocks.
Mhm.
Literally just like clay, clay particles.
I would not hesitate to, like, I don't know, eat some curry off of, you know, big thing of mudstone out here.
That'll become a trend. Mud curry.
The kids call it earth currying. But it's this new trend sweeping through the country, dangerous for our teens.
Parents are terrified. Parents from across the country are asking, what is mud curry?
You know, it wouldn't actually be that surprising if something like that happened.
You guys see, you take a break and we're taking over your spot. Yeah, we can move it.
I would not put it past the internet.
It'd be hard to I would rather move than
Parents are terrified.
They tried eating laundry detergent.
What is the
Mud's
Tide
not that
Pod
weird.
trend? Late last night in Ithaca, Pennsylvania, 7 parents asked the question, why?
Scientists are challenging their theories.
Completely unrelated to the story. Why?
Why question? Another day in small town America.
Yeah. No, I understand Gleichi Beich, but I'm trying to keep this family friendly and not say any cusses, you know. But I appreciate you being here, and I like your name. I just can't really say it out loud.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
You cheeky bugger.
Yeah.
What time is it, Danny?
It is 5:57. No, it's not. What?
You scared me to death.
No, it's 4:57. No, 3:57.
What?
Yeah, like the gun.
What time zone?
Yeah, like, you know, like the revolving.
No, my phone here is in the wrong time zone. I think it's still on East Coast time.
Pacific.
It's gotta be East Coast.
Yeah. Midwest?
Yeah. Midwest?
Worst?
Midwest? Yeah. I'll drink some water. Keep getting distracted.
Sounds delicious. Water. Parents are questioning. Ken! Welcome.
Oh, Ken's here.
Welcome to our happy abode.
All right.
We're on a stream.
Howdy, Ken. Yeah, no swears, please.
Okay.
But good to see you, Ken. Holy cow, you made it.
Welcome.
Oh, and you got the shirt from Price. Nice.
For what price?
I think it was like $27 when I got it. Yeah. Yeah. See you again, Ken. Yeah.
Ken, you were out last year?
No.
It's the first time
Up in
you-
Wyoming with us.
You figured out how to get to the camp?
I guess that the higher vehicles over here was probably where it was at.
Okay.
I parked over by the two super-ish.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, by our big kitchen tents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it.
Okay.
Fish?
Oh, I'll take some fish.
So you're just here today and tomorrow?
You waste.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was aiming for Friday, but I had a 15-hour day last week, and that
Shoot.
didn't happen. So
Yeah.
That's enough.
Well, it's good that you're here. Yeah, we've got the camera going. I'm doing a stream right now, so. But I'm
Where
sure
you at?
everybody's saying hello to you.
Where is it? Where are you in from, Ken?
Denver.
Cool.
In
You
back?
drove from Denver? Cool. 317 miles. To the exit.
Somebody wants to know if you're Ken Carpenter. No.
No, very much not.
No, thank you.
different Ken. Yeah, he was working with us up in Wyoming a few weeks ago.
On the almond formation.
Yeah, yeah. And now he's here. So yeah, good stuff. But yeah.
Is that wet at all for you, Maddie?
Yeah, I added some.
Okay. Just cooling down a little bit?
Yeah, I'm surviving.
All right.
That's my one rule. Don't die.
Number 2 rule from Gold Rush, do not get hurt. This Justin, the guy that has the river hookah thing. That's what it's called when you do river dredging. It's called hookah. And rule number 1, do not die. Rule number 2, do not get hurt.
And Tapir, do we know what we're looking for? We do. We're looking for dinosaur fossils here. Or crocodilian fossils, or any other critter that may have left its elements, its remains here. But yeah, we've got a number of different dinosaurs that have come out of this quarry, and we're digging down looking for more. So yeah.
We're right next to a sauropod excavation.
Yeah, Mirasaurus was right over there, right?
Yeah, right next to us.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and here, Glitchy, I appreciate you. I will call you Glitchy, thank you. Yeah. Let me scoot the camera over so it's not in direct sunlight right now. That's a bit better. Yeah.
Really, a lot of them are pretty well preserved.
No breeze. No bueno.
I'm getting a little one over here. Getting lost in.
You alright there, Don? With your sight?
Yeah. If the sun wasn't coming out on that side, I'd still be working, but it's so hot because of it.
Well, I guess I still kind of
Switch
have
with
the
Justin,
crack.
he'll switch with you.
It's alright.
I still have the crack of doom too, so.
Yeah.
Hey Ken, I'm Don.
Nice to meet you, Don.
I think I might have saw you at MTE.
Oh, you were at MTE?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did see you on MTE.
Did you give a talk?
No.
Poster?
No.
Just were there.
This was there.
Have you been to SVP before?
Last year's Toronto.
Toronto? Cool.
You need to put up with my driving during the field trip, right?
Made it in.
Yeah. Oh, you
matter
volunteered
how
to be in the
many
back. You really took one for the team there.
No matter how many times I might have been nervous, it would have been better than Jim trying to drive himself. So.
Yeah. I try to be a very good driver, but, you know, when you're being told, oh, take a right here, where he means left, and then you gotta, yeah. It was a lot of fun. Jerez, thank you so much for those gift subs. Holy cow, that's 10 of them right there. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, Jerez. Holy cow. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Ken.
They tell me you were in the Marines.
Thank you, Jerez.
Cool. My
How many-
sister's in it right now.
How many years were you in?
8.
8?
Yeah.
And were you at Pendleton?
5 years and then
5 years.
29 palms for 3.
I'm sorry, 3 years doing what?
29 palms.
29 Palms. I'm going to visit a friend in Palm Springs. I said, I've never been to the town of 29 Palms or driven through Joshua Tree, so we're going to do a loop.
You should go through Joshua Tree National Park and go to Joshua Tree, but don't go to 29 palms.
Oh, really?
No, there's nothing there for you.
Okay. All right. Good advice. It's kind of hot there, needless to say.
There's about 5 months out of the year where the low doesn't go below 80, so you wake up at 3 a.m. and it's right at 84.
Yeah. His sister's in Nevada right now. It's like 114. She's on a helicopter crew.
This is a air crew on CH-53.
This be your first time working in the early Cretaceous, Ken?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, this doesn't get much earlier than this.
This is the oldest in North America, right here where we're
Yeah.
standing.
Oh, and we're getting a raid from Jack's Facts right now, who does zoology here on Twitch. Very cool.
Oh, she's coming back. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No,
No,
I'm just
go.
grabbing my
I can get in your spot. There's
Show you
a
around over here a little bit, Ken.
Okay.
Yeah, to see.
And then there's some toads over there. We can get you some tools.
There's plenty of room here when you come back.
Maddie tools over here.
She's taking a break.
Should be.
Put them in here or something.
Oh yeah.
You eat the last of these goldfish.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you can see piles of where we ended up working a couple different sites.
Just keeps pulling teeth out of it.
It's like pulling teeth.
Giant sauropod bones.
Oh, Quadrilator says, are you familiar with the works of Graham Hancock? Isn't that the crank guy with the fake archaeology stuff?
I think we use the word crank too liberally, but he is a crank.
Yeah. Like ancient Atlantis guy or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
There's not. He'll be like, archaeologists ridicule me, but they're all wrong. Here's no evidence. Here's a mountain of interpretation and zero
Right.
data.
There were megacities during the Pleistocene, and
Hey, where are they? Well, no one's believing it. Why aren't they believing it?
They were buried by the volcanoes, dude.
oh, definitely, yeah.
What's the matter with you?
He's like he's the definition of a preconceived idea.
Yeah.
He has a preconceived idea that there had to have been civilizations tens of thousands of years ago. So he'll try to squeeze and fit any piece of information to fit his idea, rather than changing his ideas to fit the facts and observations.
The opposite of how science is supposed to work. Yeah.
Dinotopia. Do you know the author, the artist?
I don't know what
Raptor block. That's like
Dinotopia.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome, Jack's Facts. It's good to have you here. How was your stream? Tell me about it.
Framed artwork right next, lined against the wall next to the Utah Raptor block. Framed artwork.
like what?
Which piece of the Utah Raptor?
Or what piece of art?
Oh, there's tons.
There's like 10.
Here,
Oh, okay. Because I know one of the artists who.
It's the same artist. They did them all. They have like elephants, they're in royal wear next to dinosaurs that are being led by ropes.
That's James Gurney.
James Gurney?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Dinotopia?
Yeah.
Yeah, James Gurney, yeah.
It's right by the Utah Raptor block. There's 10 pictures of it.
Oh, cool.
Somebody donated.
Prince. Yeah.
Nice.
Dino.
I thought you were talking about art of the Utah Raptor block, like taphonomy.
No, I'm talking about pictures that are framed.
Oh, like just,
sitting in the same
ropes
room
in it?
next to it.
Yeah, I got it.
James Gurney?
Yeah.
I'm
He's...
saying I took a video of it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, show it to...
Oh,
Show
we're
him.
talking
Just
about
show
it?
him. So he knows.
About what?
Julius Castletoni did.
Oh, the
art
block?
of-
Yeah, he did the art of the
They have
rendition.
some-
What happened?
Yeah, that's.
But look at what she's got. Show
No,
him.
I'm saying I took a video of theirs.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those, yeah.
Dinotopia.
Yeah, yeah.
Way different.
No, yeah.
James Gurney's... oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I have no idea what even brought up that topic.
How old? Is he dead?
No.
No, he's still around. Yeah.
He's not that old, is he?
No, he's probably in his, like, 60s, I'd imagine.
Oh, really?
James Gurney,
I
yeah.
thought it was like a guy from the 50s or something.
Oh, no.
No, he did some really for the U.S. Postal Service. He did a series of dinosaur stamps in like 1998.
I probably have them.
Yeah.
First edition covers.
Yeah, yeah,
He did like he did paintings of Cosmo and Teratophonius for National Geographic.
yeah, yeah.
Someone
Teratophonius is in National Geographic?
years ago. Yeah, he painted Teratophonius and Cosmoceratops.
Teratophonius.
What did I say?
Teratophonius.
No,
He
I
said
I
Trap.
said Teratophonius.
Okay.
It's all good though.
I thought I was correcting you.
Anyway, James Gurney's or Jim Gurney, as people call him. His method is really, really cool. How he actually paints. So he'll make a physical maquette
Yeah,
of each
and
dinosaur
use the
first
lighting, right?
to get the lighting and the perspective and everything right. And that's had a lot of influence on how I do my own paleo art. Yeah, like I'll do a digital sculpture and sometimes I'll 3D print it and then kind of do the same thing like he did. But he sculpts everything by hand first, and I can't do that. That's takes some serious skill. Yeah.
The maybe not valid.
Yeah, there was a mini-series on TV on like A&E or something like that. It honestly wasn't. It wasn't great. But I was very excited about it when I was a kid. Yeah.
Is it already wrapped up?
Yeah.
Can I see it? I'll ask him.
I'll take a look.
Yeah.
Generally, it's a lot of.
Hey, dude. Do you have your theropod too?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, we should wrap it up.
Oh yeah, just
You want to take a picture of it? Can you get in close?
Yeah, I'll take a picture.
Blue one or something.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
Did I find some?
Very nice.
What,
Fisher.
dromaeosaur? What did Don
It looks like a dromaeosaur to me,
say?
yeah.
Is that what Don said?
Yeah. It's not the right shape for a troodontid. Do we even have troodontids from? I guess we
There
do.
is one troodontid from the late Jurassic, and then they're all Cretaceous.
Yeah, that's Hesperonicus or something like
I'm
that?
not sure they have it at Thermopolis in Wyoming.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Meowsicle VGM says this is a cool channel. Thank you, Meowsicle. I appreciate that. Welcome to Paleontologizing. Here, shoot, I feel like I should do a quick little like station break and introduce anybody who's just trickled in. We've got 346 people watching right now, so might as well. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist.
Wanted to make sure.
And I'm here
Gesundheit.
in a dinosaur quarry out in eastern Utah right now, near the town of Moab.
Did you see his theropod too?
And yeah, I stream fossil science content, usually 5 days a week, back home from my office, but during the summers, go out and do field work. So I'm here with the Utah Geological Survey crew, and yeah, this is the earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. We're in the very, very bottom part of the Cedar Mountain Formation right now, about 135 to 140 million years old, something like that. Very beginning of the Cretaceous. And we're just getting down into the bone layer and starting to find some stuff that we're approaching the same layer that we were at last summer when we had to leave. So we'll have dinosaurs like Iguana colossus or some similar kind of iguanodont coming out of here. Maybe an exciting new theropod, meat-eating dinosaur. Trying to find more pieces of, but you never know what you're going to find, so it's part of what makes this so exciting. Anyway, if you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Yeah. But yeah. Frozen Yak says, I love that digging. I can imagine needing new knees and a new back every 3 to 5 years. It could take its toll. I don't know.
You want to show him your knees?
Yeah, yeah, you want to see mine right now? Mine are turning green, but that's because of these.
Oh, I've got mudstone on my fingers.
But yeah. Yeah, it can, I don't know. It helps to be fit out here, I guess. Doesn't hurt. Pebbles. Yeah. If you guys found any dinosaur voice boxes, or flowering unusual plants, or Adam Driver, nah, none of the above.
Just
no.
endocasts.
No, this is actually before flowering plants evolved, which is pretty cool. Phil was reminding me of that yesterday. Yeah, 140 million years ago. It would be another like 20 million years until the first flowering plants show up. So, yeah, this is a world without flowers. It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
A world not worth living in.
I may be mistaken, but I've heard about some late Jurassic flowering plants, at least like super basal angiosperms.
How close are we to Perfection, Nevada?
In China, of course.
I understand that reference. That's from Tremors. Yeah, that would be way far away. We're in eastern Utah, so we're on the opposite side of the state from
We're
Nevada.
way outside of the range of a graboid.
Yeah, there you go.
There's no healthy populations out
And this is just rock here too. They wouldn't be able to tunnel through this, I don't think. So yeah.
Just to be safe. Weren't they like breaking through concrete in the movie?
I know one of them ran into a concrete berm and died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think we're safe. Yeah. Anywho, yeah. Why do you guys have a beef against archaeologists?
We don't.
Psycho Raven Atlas. We don't. It's just we get called archaeologists so often that like we yeah, I don't know.
Something you kind of roll your eyes at.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs all the time.
Like,
Yeah, that's definitely a thing, yeah. Archaeologists get asked, oh, what kind of dinosaurs have you dug up? And then we who actually dig up dinosaurs get asked, like, oh, how long have you been an archaeologist? It's like,
never.
never. Yeah. So yeah, if we sound a little salty about archaeology, that's That's why. It's nothing personal. I know several archaeologists and they're lovely people.
Lovely people.
Oh, they're lovely.
We're a little insecure because archaeologists are so much cooler than us.
I don't know about that there. And they get actual living conditions.
Exactly, yeah.
Just like $75,000. That's what it is.
Exactly, yeah. Shoot.
Were you thinking about how they get priority when it comes to things that have been found? Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if this was a major archaeological
Have you been an archaeologist by accident? Found human stuff from a long time ago? I don't know. I found a few like animal traps from probably the late 1800s out in Montana. And I found some big 50 caliber slugs from probably like a P-47 Thunderbolt or something.
Dude, we found a bullet from 1868 in
You did?
Rush Base.
Did it have the date stamped on the... Wow, cool.
We found a chip bag from 2013.
Where?
And then you found Barnum Brown's old bucket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell them about that?
In the almond formation?
Yeah, we found a hadrosaur skeleton, and then we dug a test pit to like see where the rest of it was going in. We found it was like an articulated tail, and there's a bunch of ribs, and there's like a maxilla, but it's a bunch of bones. So we dig a test pit, and what's weird is that all the bones look like they're going into this slab of sandstone, but our test pit adjacent to the sandstone was like unconsolidated sand. So we're like, what's going on here? Why is there just there's no sand anywhere out here? And there's just this 5-foot deep sand trench. And then we were just scratching our heads, and then Quinn stood up, and he was like, hey dude, what is this? And we look underneath these giant sagebrush, and there's a old rusty bucket right next to the dinosaur skeleton, and there's a sagebrush growing out of it. And then we looked at all the dinosaur bone on the surface and realized that like a quarter of the bones were just like randomly sitting in weird ways. So they literally, Barnum Brown must have been digging and just like, oh, piece of a vert, literally like throwing it behind them. Like, yeah.
Yeah. This is from 1938?
37.
37.
Yeah.
But this is your work in the almond formation in Wyoming.
Yeah. So this is where we were working and streaming from a couple weeks ago. Or a month ago.
They have different standards back.
Yeah. So I guess that's some archaeological paleontology or paleontological archaeology. Studying paleontologists of the past.
I'll tell you, Danny, one thing that some like professional paleontologists want to do, key quarries like Dry Mesa, Colorado,
Yeah.
they put a brass, it's like a military shell,
Uh-huh.
and on the back they engraved what the name of the quarry is, when it was found, and maybe there's some of the dinosaurs that came out of it.
Very
It's a brass
cool.
marker.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
Huh. Almost like a survey marker or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
USGS.
that's pretty neat. Yeah.
Oh, you saw the one bone, right? That's it. Yeah, we're just leaving a pedestal around. Cool. You can work. So what do you think of the grocery?
I really enjoyed it.
You guys got sandwiches every day from the Melon Vine grocery store? Did you stay at the Super 8?
Stayed at the
Travel Lodge.
same one as Ethan and Jim.
Travel Lodge. So you didn't have the complimentary breakfast.
There was coffee.
See, the problem was, early on, like 6 months before the event, Jim called the Super 8 and said, we can only give you 20 rooms. And it was like 25 rooms.
Quadrilater says, what has been your personal greatest find in archaeology? I've never made any archaeology. I'm a paleontologist.
Oh, no. See what we're saying?
You see what we're saying? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really dig up human artifacts. I dig up fossils. I'm a paleontologist. But yeah.
Has a CPAP machine used in the field that's solar battery powered. So he's more of a fan. And Don ran with him at the SVP meetings, and he had 2 tricks. He got earplugs, and he got to sleep.
Found that pallet. Well, there you go. Yeah.
No, that's right. That's our archaeology of ourselves.
Yeah.
Autoanthropology.
Autoanthropology.
Taking the picture. close up. I'll hold it gently.
Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it.
That's worth a day's tour.
Right over there, sauropod. That's sticking in the mud.
Yep, those shine greens. All the ladies down on the last day, last hour. All right? You don't have a
Neon Moon says, as someone who wanted to be a paleontologist as a kid, but is now studying to be an archaeologist, those types of questions are hilarious to you. I'm glad they are. Yeah. But yeah, yeah. And Westrel, I get variations on that question so often, shoot. Is there research into detecting these fossils using deep learning classification on UAV data?
Oh man.
No. Shoot. This is solid rock right here, so yeah, even if that sort of thing would work for like archaeological sites and soil, yeah, I mean, I think you'll understand once we start showing you some actual fossils here in the quarry, but they essentially just look like more bits of rock. So yeah. Yeah, maybe if you were to try and find the world's largest sauropod or something in like a soft sandstone, it's potentially conceivable that something might one day be theoretically possible. But yeah. Anyway, it's funny to me that like on Twitch everybody is so technologically geared, and this is, you know, this is just old-fashioned, you know, hand tools and eyeballs, fingernails kinds of stuff. Yeah.
No fingers.
Well, yeah, like Don says, no fingers. But yeah, yeah.
What's this do?
It's like
No, they just kind of got rolled around. Okay, all right.
Actually, can I see that, Fisher? So when we're talking about bones here in the quarry, there's a fragment of one
Put your finger up there.
right there. Yeah. So it doesn't look like much, obviously. That's just a little scrappy bit that we're not gonna collect, most likely.
But it could have been a tooth.
But yeah, but something like that could be a tooth, like Phil says. Yeah.
There's a better
Like,
piece.
there you go. Yeah, there's a vert right there, vertebral centrum.
Could be crocodilian.
Yeah, I could see that being a crocodile. Yeah. Maybe like a distal caudal of a dinosaur, potentially.
Ken, where you live in Denver?
Yeah, nice. Thanks, Fisher. So anyway, basically the bone here, it looks a lot like rock, because it partly is rock. Some of my formative sheets are flying away.
One I am a registered DMS here. One problem is they used to have double sided.
There we go. Yeah. And Frank Big Time, there you go. Yeah. I think for that kind of AI thing, like you said, it requires a tremendous amount of data, and that just doesn't exist.
They don't actually have an office. No. They're pretty.
Yeah, they just have their one that had been delayed several times.
And distal caudal meaning toward the end of the tail? Bingo, Nolo, you got it. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. Distal means away from the center of the body. So a distal caudal would be, the caudal vertebrae are the ones in the tail, that would be toward the end of the tail.
Think distant.
Yeah, there you go.
From the center of the body.
Yeah.
And proximal is the opposite. Closer. It's closer in proximity to the center of the body.
Yep.
Yeah, they only have the meetings in
Or people are retired shop.
so they all their meetings are in
pretty good.
the Green Center.
Nah, because of the way they're all tied down, we just picked
Yeah, our shops don't meet.
Now we got in 2000, we started a banquet table with.
I think this kind of wet layer is pretty close to where you guys are on up there.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might be the same. Or a little lower. And then Fisher, underneath him is the bone
He did
layer.
all the plant stuff. And now he's
Well,
the director.
Kind of where the one that pulled out yesterday.
Director of Smithsonian Natural History Museum.
Yeah, so that's probably in the
He
proper
oversaw the
deep layer.
3-year renovation of the closed.
WM Steadbot's got a great question. Do you ever get instances of pareidolia where it looks like you found something, but it's just a coincidental shape of the rock? All the time.
Pareidolia.
Yeah. Pareidolia is like when you see a pattern that's not there.
Oh.
Or like, it's like a horse sees a garden hose and thinks it's a snake and freaks out.
Gotcha.
That would be an example of
I would
pareidolia.
say it happens to us multiple times every hour.
Yeah, it's like all the time. Or, yeah, like just me looking down at this right now. I'll show you. Yeah. So it's like, oh, could this be bone? Tooth sticking out right there? Nope, it's just a pebble. You know? Yeah. So that's something that we are always dealing with. It never stops. So great question. Yeah. Yeah. Or like when Jesus shows up on toast. Yeah. That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. I grew up in Wyoming.
And Fumi says, my cat and I are watching this together, and she seems pretty interested as well. Well, awesome. We've got 386 people and a cat watching. Yeah, does anybody want to scurry across the screen to entertain the cat?
Oh, okay, camel. We found some camels and Ice Age deposits in the Kennecott Rio Tinto mine.
We have representatives of one half of the 4 groups of placental mammals.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, shoot. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Fisher was schooling me on this the other day when we went to the zoo. And to the aquarium. You've got... You said placental mammals, right?
Yeah, the 4 main groups of placentals.
Laurasia
Yeah.
which includes carnivora?
Yes.
Okay, so Laurasia Afrotheria.
Yes.
And the big money maker is
Yay, Iraq.
3%.
Don really likes Hyraxes, which are Afrotheres, yeah.
And I think they also go
Laurasia, Afrotheria.
It's a copper mine.
Oh, don't tell me. Boroeutheria?
That's a larger group that includes 2 of the 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's Laurasia and their sister group.
Gondwanatheres are all dead.
Those are potentially... I think Gondwanatheres are within Allotheria.
Hang on. So, Laurasia, Afrotheria. So that's... Wait, and Laurasia, hang on, where do ungulates fall out? Are they...
There's Laurasia.
They are Laurasiatherians. Shoot. Eucharontogliers?
You are Contogliers.
Eucharontogliers.
That's the other half of Boreoeutheria.
Oh, wait, shoot. So that includes... Wait, do I have 3 of the 4 now, or no?
Yes, because you have Afrotheria.
Okay. So Afrotheria, Eucharontogliers, okay. Eucharontogliers.
Eucharonto, which is primates in their kin, and then Gliers, which is rodents and limeworms.
Gotcha. I always thought it would be pronounced Glires, but it's just Gliers. Eucharontogliers, Afrotheres, Laurasiatheres, and Xenarthra?
Yeah.
Yeah! Alright. And Xenarthrans used to include pangolins, but they do no longer.
Yeah, that was Edentata, which was
Right.
polyphyletic.
And they also used to include aardvarks, I think,
Yes,
also,
because they
right?
also are capable.
But now we know that aardvarks are Afrotheres.
Afrotheres and
Yeah.
pangolins are Laurasiatherians, the closest living relatives to carnivorans.
Right. Okay. Cool. I'm learning my mammal stuff, everybody. Fisher is a good teacher. So Fisher is most interested in non-mammalian synapsids.
Therapsids, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize. I've been picking my nose for about 10 minutes straight and forgot I was on camera. So if that was distracting at all, forgive me, folks.
I don't think anybody's said anything about it. Oh shoot! Oh, never mind. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
That dust, man.
Yeah.
I was just eating all these boogers. I'm like, wait a minute. Not eating. It's all dirt.
But yeah, I appreciate your honesty and integrity.
Thank you.
If not your hygienity.
You're a hygienist.
A different kind of digging. Yeah, there you go, picture. Yeah. Obi-Wan Jacoby. Hey, you should have that guy watch this channel. You know, and ask some questions.
You going to the talk in September? What's one?
Yeah.
If it's in person, yeah.
And yeah, Uncle Bill, there you go.
No, seriously.
Dinosaur guy learning about mammals. What is this treachery? You know, when in Rome, learn about Roman mammals and their taxonomy.
That'd be sick.
Well, whatever. Whatever.
September 6th. So that means it's the middle of the week.
I take this too to wash it down. And your water.
So monotremata, would they be about the same scale? Like, we're talking about different ranks?
Okay.
Would they be about the same rank as, say, Aphrotheria or something like that? Or it's apples and oranges?
Classify it as
We're
monotremata.
the second Thursday of the month.
But again, all these ranks are completely made up.
Yeah, they're
It
arbitrary,
doesn't
yeah.
matter, like what rank equals.
Yeah. But Metatheria is...
That's marsupials
And placentals?
Metatheria is marsupials and all their closest relatives, like Spiracidons from South America.
But it doesn't include placentals?
No, placentals are part of Eutheria, and both of them are part of Theria.
Gotcha, okay. Theria is what I was thinking of, yeah.
And Eutheria is more than just placentals. It's got stuff like
What about the monotremes?
pantodons and stuff.
They do? What about the monotremes? What group are they under?
They're their own group.
No, they're not Metatherians?
What are they called? Like, do they have a
They're
meta?
called monotremes.
No, okay.
All the way back
Yeah,
to the beginning.
they diverged very early. The definition of mammal is the common ancestor of the three main groups, and since monotremes are the most primitive group of mammals that are alive today, they split off at the very
They're the base.
base of mammalia,
Yeah, they're the
as
base.
we define mammalia today.
It's just amazing they're still around.
Aren't multi-tuberculous closer to
Placentals and closer to therians than they are to monotremes. Yeah.
So despite having probably laid eggs, they're more closely related to therians.
Yeah.
They were rats. They laid eggs.
Well, they were convergent
Bless you.
rodents, but they're a group of Mesozoic mammals, and I guess Cenozoic as well.
Yeah, they were like 44 million.
Yeah, that split off before therian mammals evolved.
Hey, if anybody's got any mammal questions, there's your guy right there.
Or stem mammals.
Or stem mammals, sorry.
We like stem mammals.
Mammals and friends. Or like, yeah, old book titles, Mammals and Their Allies.
Animal friends I have known.
Do you have a seizure every time somebody says mammal like reptile?
I do cringe a little bit whenever I hear the term mammal-like reptile,
Well, they have a,
but it is useful for understanding
how different they were from what we were as a mammal.
Sometimes when I hear that now, I just think of varanid lizards, because I'm like, that's a lizard that's acting like a cat. It's a mammal-like reptile.
The one who do is solid and dump that guy's thing. And I might need some of your water afterwards.
I'm gonna extend my knees.
Yeah. Do the work. Be a bucket buddy.
And Steely Dead, yes indeed, Dimetrodon was a mammal, well, maybe not a direct ancestor of today's mammals, but it is a,
Justin, what's your head?
it's not a dinosaur, you're very correct about that.
It's a synapsid.
A synapsid.
Specifically, it's a sphenacodon.
A sphenacodon.
Which
Because
is
Pelycosaur is no longer a
Pelycosaur
monophyletic
is a
group.
paraphyletic group.
Right.
It doesn't include therapsids, which derive from sphenacodons like Dimetrodon.
Or
Okay.
pelicans.
They're kind of sauropsid. Okay. But I've still seen the word Pelycosaur used a bunch,
People
even
use
in
the
the
word
literature.
Pelycosaur a lot. It's just not a taxonomic grouping.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, a grade rather than a clade.
Informal group of.
Yeah. kind of like how you still see carnosaur used a lot. Although, that might actually be making a comeback
Yeah.
as a taxonomic group.
Dude.
Yeah.
My hand's full.
Bliss9 says, why is the platypus a mammal? Because it evolved from other mammals. Yeah.
Has mammary glands.
It's more closely related to mammals than to any other kind of animal.
Yeah, so shoot, here. I got the perfect chart for this. Wow, there we go.
Yeah, monitoring sweat.
There's amniotes right there. So everything you see on this tree is what we call an amniote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fisher, have you seen this?
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Yeah.
I got mad because there were no Therocephalians.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait, you were say again?
There were no Therocephalians. So you've got your Argonopsians, you got your Cynodons. But there's no Therocephalians.
No love for the Therocephalians?
Base.
That's amniota, so animals with a contained egg on land.
Bryosaur, that's cool.
Yeah.
Clydotic eggs.
Bryosaur?
Yeah, so anyway, the platypus would be actually right there within Mammalia. Yeah. So, anyway.
Who is?
Some Therocephalians.
Again, this is, as a paleontologist, I'm endlessly frustrated by this. By the way that most people learn taxonomy in school, like oh, well, fish have scales that they swim in the water, and, you know, mammals don't lay eggs, and they have fur. It's like, well, some mammals, what's that?
The John Wayne? He thinks he's got scales.
Do it as an Arnie, dude.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Anyway, yeah, we don't classify living things necessarily based on their characteristics. It's more based on, well, yeah, their heritage. That's a great way to put it, Phil, yeah. Who they evolved from and what they're actually related to.
It's like, you're not an Anduza because of the shape of your nose. Even though your nose may be similar to your dad. You're an Anduza because your dad was an Anduza.
Exactly, yeah.
I think?
Yeah, no, well, yeah. Yeah, my dad's last name is Anduza, you're right.
Okay, cool.
But that's not the original.
You were safe to assume that, yeah.
He has a nose as well, right?
He does,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But yeah. So anyway, despite laying eggs, platypus is still a mammal. It used to be that most mammals laid eggs. Like back when we had, you know, multi-tuberculates running around and things like Morganeucodontotheres. Yeah. But anyway, nowadays egg-laying mammals are pretty rare.
Yeah, it's a small robber.
But
in the grand scheme of things, egg-laying mammals probably outnumber viviparous mammals in terms of their the amount of taxa there are.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he's a homie. We like him. And if you grab him, he'll bite you.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fun. I mean, he's short. Girl. So, I mean, she barks a little bit more than probably otherwise, but it's probably a good thing.
Otherwise,
And otherwise.
And Phoenix Harris says the defining feature for mammals is the DME, the definitive mammal middle ear. 3 middle ear bones. I mean, kind of. That's kind of an older definition.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
can you name the three mammals?
The Malleus, the Incus, and the Stapes. Yeah.
Which one's the hammer?
The malleus, because it's a mallet.
Yeah.
Root mallet.
Incus is the anvil and Stapes is
Bill, you know a lot.
I know a lot about it.
Shoot, I forget.
I mean, I know a little.
But anyway, but those are actually modified jaw bones, like we've talked about many times in office streams before. But yeah.
There you go.
And Super Saiyan.
So,
Is it true that the real Velociraptor was smaller than the ones in Jurassic Park? A lot smaller, yeah. Yeah, shoot, here is a diagram that I put together with a Velociraptor skeleton next to a turkey skeleton. Those are to scale.
was it like off and stuff?
Yeah, real Velociraptor. It's about 2 meters long, about 6 feet long, about 2.5 feet
I
tall.
was out there last weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You find any megalosaurs?
The Velociraptors from Jurassic Park are actually a different dinosaur called Deinonychus.
JP.
It's a long story why they call him
He
Velociraptor.
kinda
But anyway, Deinonychus was a good bit larger and lived much earlier, the early Cretaceous of Montana. Velociraptor is from the late Cretaceous of Mongolia. Yeah.
To be the Colorado State University vet.
Stapes is stirrup, I think. Thank you, Hyper Helen. Yeah.
Ended up
Nice.
nobody signed up for it because of,
Yeah.
there's a vet conference, and then also...
Yeah, you're welcome, Super
You mean like
Seijan.
conference?
Yeah.
Veterinarian conference, yeah.
In Denver.
Tonka Trujillo says they are Utah Raptors. I mean,
I don't know where it was.
we could talk to Jim about that. He's the discoverer of Utah Raptor. That's the biggest cheerleader.
Oh, they were
But,
they were volunteers.
Yeah, they either
Yeah,
did that or-
yeah. Utah Raptor wasn't actually described yet when Michael Crichton wrote Jurassic Park, and I think Utah Raptor was published the same summer that Jurassic Park came out as a movie. So anyway, it's not actually Utah Raptor in the movie. Utah Raptor's larger than the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park.
Women like to hear about.
Anyway,
They spend
yeah.
$3,000 a ticket, and they get all dressed up.
If you bought them early...
Well, darn, says Tonka. Well, you're going to be hopefully really excited when Jim Kirkland gets here. He's the state paleontologist of Utah.
Before the scalp.
And he described Utah Raptor.
They have a KSL TV station in Salt Lake. It's
So that's his dinosaur. He named it.
and they have a KSL
So he'll talk all about that when he's here.
sale
Jim
website.
is
Everybody
a
used cars goes to sale.
never-ending font of information, and it's going to be awesome being able to have him on stream
And they
too.
also have a ticket concert.
The dinosaurs who ate the kid in the beginning of Jurassic Park 2 could have been raptors. I think those are supposed to be Compsognathus, which is a different kind of dinosaur.
If you
So,
were a
yeah.
member of the venue, you have membership.
So no, not Velociraptors at the beginning of the Lost World Jurassic Park. Different dinosaur. Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
Zucchini Puff wants to know how long are you planning on streaming for?
I
Maybe the next 20 minutes or so?
I was looking for tickets.
Today,
everybody
and then
ISO in search of.
pretty much every day here until mid-August.
I would pay
Yeah.
$825.
But we're going to be wrapping up here before 2.
A girl with me. So you've got an idea? Slabs of 90 fish? That's the little sardine fish. So what are you asking about?
I heard that Utah is a myth, but it looks like it's real.
Yeah,
Fun.
it's a little
I mean-
sardine fish. I found a big fish. I found
Yeah.
Yeah, there are more cattle in Wyoming than people. There are probably more sheep in Wyoming.
more sheep than women.
They probably shouldn't talk about that while I'm streaming,
Yeah, well,
but
he's live
every
streaming, yeah.
Mountain West state has that stereotypical joke about other states.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Ken.
He's ready to take a break.
So that's through
We're almost
a bunch of whoops
Yeah.
going
Dude, do you mind if she comes in for a little bit? Take a break?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And
there's a. We can have you working
Take
over
a break.
here.
used to be field ticket archaeology. Very cool, Movzilla. Nice.
Yeah, we're like 5 or 10
Yeah,
minutes.
Miss Digging is the first virtual dig I've seen. So awesome. Thanks for being here. That's great to have you here. Yeah.
Do you want to just sort of clean
Yeah,
up this?
yeah.
This stuff?
It took a lot of work to be able to get everything set up for streaming here, but I'm really happy to be able to do this.
Okay, so
And yeah, as far as I know, this is the only paleontological fieldwork that's ever taken place on Twitch.
5 weekends are going to be out.
One of the only live stream dinosaur digs ever. Yeah.
But because of the Taylor Swift concert, nobody signed up for it, so Jim and Janet were saying that asking friends out, essentially, and then JP came out and he was a mapping story for this year. And then, so there are three paid trips, which used to cost $10. I think now they're going to cost $20, but it's just basically just a break even for them. Where they go out for weekends. The first one is, I think, the first weekend in August. The second would be like the 14th, and the third would be Labor Day weekend.
And
there's,
No Longer Human says, I love it. Archeo stream, paleontological stream.
Paleozone is
We're not archaeologists here, we're paleontologists.
kid.
Not to jump down your throat about that, but it's important. That's why the channel's called Paleontologizing. Paleontology and archaeology are very different.
Just to make sure nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Linux Physics, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
Well, you got money
appreciate
from
the
that.
kind
How
words.
much?
Yeah.
1,000?
Okay.
No zucchini puff. Cool. Go to Dinosaur Provincial Park. Just make sure if you find anything up there in Dinosaur Provincial Park, you don't collect it, because that's super illegal. But if you find something cool, let the paleontologists know at the museum in Drumheller, and shoot, you could have a dinosaur named after you if you find something important, and if you report it to the paleontologist there. Yeah.
Right below the mountains.
Yeah.
30 minutes from downtown.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to write a report in their newsletter, do a talk at one of their meetings.
Super says, do you think the raptors or T-Rex had feathers? Yeah, probably both of them, yeah. We know that dromaeosaurids, what people in the general public call raptors, dromaeosaurids had feathers all over their bodies.
Yeah, I was going through a really sarcastic time.
Tyrannosaurus probably did too, but maybe it just had feathers when it was young. Maybe it lost them later on as it grew and developed. Because generally, really big animals don't have a lot of feathers or fur or hair or anything. Think about like an elephant, you know? Young elephants can be pretty hairy, at least more hairy than the adults, but they kind of lose that as they get older. Because when you're really, really big, the problem is not maintaining your body heat, the problem is like dumping your body heat. You want to be able to cool off, and if you've got a coat of fur or feathers, it's harder to do.
I was wondering.
In some cases.
Everybody wants to get attacked.
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Stoned Dragon Slayer says, archaeology is way harder, you have to fight Nazis. Who says that we don't fight Nazis?
What are you talking about?
It's pretty easy to sell.
Is it over yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just novel enough. Yeah.
We're going to tear it down about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Where do you want to do this? Here?
Maybe you want to sit where Phil's standing.
Yeah, come on.
Obi-Wan says, do you think it's possible all ancient maybe billions of years ago?
Bottom of that pillow.
I suppose it's possible, but that's not really like a scientific question in the sense that like
teeth and stuff between us and that.
there's no evidence for that, you know?
Did you see the dromaeosaur?
Yeah.
Like it would be really hard to test that kind of hypothesis.
Usually does he Wednesdays, right?
It'd be like a fun story, but it wouldn't be like a scientific idea, you know?
I'm free up until about 11 p.m. I work like generally 11 p.m. to about somewhere between 7 and 10 a.m. So.
Okay.
And he got stuck in my arm.
What time?
What time is it?
Yeah, like
It's
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah, there's generally a socializing time. You can talk to Hazel. She was on the field trip.
Yeah.
What is an MTE?
Muntra's John says, in case of elephants, their hair is actually helping increasing heat transfer from their skin. Is that correct? I did not know.
We were like 20 minutes into the field trip, and she just asked you, what is an MTE? And you just, the way it's phrased,
Yeah, your brain just went circles. Yeah,
and no longer human. I'm going to be streaming, hopefully, close to every day for the next couple weeks. So this will be a regular thing, yes.
Opa. OPA. So I
is that our...
Sorry, what's that?
Umpire over here?
No, I don't believe so. You can look it up online. We have internet here if you like. Opa.
I'm out here in the desert.
Yeah.
I look stuff up.
Fonzilla, what would be the find rate of finding something per chisel? 0.01%? Something like that, yeah. Well, at least this high in the stratum. I'm not quite down to the bone layer yet, like where we found all the bones last summer. So once we get down there, start finding more things more often. But we're working down there. Yeah. And Dancing Fibers, I appreciate that feedback. I did not actually adjust anything in terms of the text overlay.
Take another one.
I didn't change anything. I guess it's just in shadow, so it looks lighter or darker. And there you go, Uncle Bill. Agreed. I've tried wearing like knee pads on my knees in the field before, and yeah. Have you had knee pads in the field before, Ethan? I don't find they work very well in a situation like this.
The garden things that you're using is what's that and pillows.
Yeah. But having like wearable ones.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if I just have like keratinaceous knees or something, but I just never really feel like I need them.
I know, yeah. Oh, even these. Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, even when I'm wearing shorts, I feel like.
Yeah. I don't know. I did have some knee pads I used in the Hell Creek one summer, and I would leave them in the quarry every night, and there was a pack rat or something that got in it. It just kept chewing them periodically until they were completely destroyed by the end of the summer.
Tooth marks in it.
Yeah.
Nice. Legend out. It's like Kirkland at Yellow Cat Quarry. Ledge.
They do collect a lot of sweat too. That's a good point, Zulun. Yeah.
So
It also gets uncomfortable.
Monday?
No, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Holy shit, you spent 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm insane.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, no, in the next couple weekends we'll try to do
Friday
through Sunday. I
Friday
just
through Sunday.
couldn't make it out yesterday.
Yeah, you did the 15
Kept
hours.
sleeping, so.
Yeah, after the 15-hour thing. Here, let me go through. Oh.
Maybe not insane. Unhinged.
Unhinged, unstable.
I'm stable. Just unhinged.
You gotta be at least a little bit insane.
Mad Dogs.
Like the good kind.
Justin, Mad Dogs, and Englishman come out in the noonday sun.
Thanks, man.
Oh, good.
And Claire Burr, thank you for the feedback on the commands. I forgot to make a faunal list command or fauna command talking about dinosaurs from this horizon.
I hope you find the skull.
But I'll put that on my to-do list.
I want that report on my desk by noon.
How many lizards did you see? How many scorpions did Ethan get stung by?
Get into it if you want. I'll take care of it, Claire, but thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't think there's any too crazy ones out here. I think it's mostly just giant.
Oh, and
Nothing crazy, just giant desert hairy scorpions.
It's like a bee sting.
Yeah. They're not really poisonous.
just, psycho death scorpions. Pretty standard.
Psychedelic drugs they inject into you?
Did we get tarantula hawks in Utah?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've
never
never
bunch
heard
out
of
here.
it. What is it?
it's a big black
It's like a
hornet.
hummingbird size.
It's a big black hornet that lands and incapacitates tarantulas, and there's a baby inside.
Inside?
Alien inside.
Aliens.
And it's got like either the first, I think it's got the second most painful sting.
Really?
Yeah,
What is it called?
top 3.
Tarantula hawk.
Tarantula hawk. But it's a type of bee?
It's hornet.
Hornet.
It's, yeah, it's got like a, without the legs, its body's about that long. With the legs, it's like
We
that.
saw the black
They
one
go
is in
together.
plants of related species of spider wasp.
Okay, so what's the new one in Washington State that's
Those are Japanese
monster?
something hornets.
Wait a minute, did we...
I think they're just called Japanese giant hornets.
I thought they had a nasty reputation.
Some people call them murder hornets.
That's it.
because it's sensational.
Yeah, but I'm sure you wouldn't want to be stung by a bunch of
Oh no, they can kill people.
Yeah, that's a murder hornet.
Like I understand why people call them that. It's just makes me a little more.
Getting a question about our funding here.
Doing super.
What funding?
I don't think they've
Is
seen.
there money coming in today?
Don and I were talking about this
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
this earlier. Yeah, I don't know. We've got maybe a few $100 for food,
Yeah.
and then that's pretty much
by
it,
the
right?
end of the season, with this many people, I mean, we'll probably spend $800 in food,
Okay.
and then the gas and the vehicles paid for by
Uh-huh.
UGS, and
Right.
then Ethan and I are getting paid, but the rest of you guys are just
Volunteers,
objects
yeah.
of love.
So yeah, I guess maybe about
Justin, for the duration?
$1,000 or something like that, including fuel and food, something in that ballpark. So yeah, it makes your contributions all the more important, honestly. If anybody wants to help contribute to our food budget, then you can make a donation to Dawn's Venmo account, and every dime of that will go toward feeding us. So,
I think the only expense.
yeah.
How did the trip go?
Drive.
But there you go. Thank you, Claire.
The truck only had enough capacity to carry the biggest storage jacket and then the tote with all of the micro stuff.
So is the other stuff?
The other stuff is the BLM station. They said we can keep stuff there as long as we want. So I'll probably drive to SCP with the rest of it.
See, here's a piece of that paradoily look we were talking about earlier. There's a little pebble
How much that stuff?
sticking out of this rock, and this could have been a tooth. So you got to be really careful about that sort of thing. There's all kinds of little organic bits in this also that could be something interesting or important, but these are all just, yeah, just little bits of crud. Into the bucket.
Thanks, dude. To go to SCP?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. That'd be fun. Yeah, I think.
And is there a PayPal that folks can send to? I've got one, but this is not about me. This is about the crew. So, yeah. We'll just have Don's Venmo there for now.
The overage fee on the pickup.
You mean more extra days?
Oh, actually,
Well, it was-
any kind of overage, like you mess it up kind of fee or whatever.
Technically.
Oh, Venom was a US only thing? I didn't realize that.
So I
Okay.
returned the truck and I'm like, alright, your total is,
I think Don's the
$200.
Oh, does Don have PayPal too?
Essentially, we can get both.
After the
Yeah.
extra days.
Well, we'll ask him.
and after.
When he's not occupied.
No scratch. And I left all the money off the undercarriage. So even with everything, it was somehow cheaper than we usually. Which was.
Hey Don, have you got PayPal too?
I thought it'd be like, alright man, this would be $1,000 extra bucks for everything we've done.
Not that I can remember out yet.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Super lucky. So I did not have it at that point.
Yeah, apparently Venmo's like a US only thing. We've got international viewers who might be interested, but
Nice, dude.
yeah.
What's your post running?
I think Venmo works through PayPal.
It works through PayPal?
I think it's like a subsidiary.
From Appalachian.
Yeah, I think it's a subsidiary. So PayPal should work just as well.
Okay.
Poster or top? How much more expensive is it going to be than the one you gave for the UFO?
Kind of that, just technicalized.
And welcome, Hunter of the Ancients and Raiders. How are you doing?
Nah.
Welcome to Paleontologizing. Good to have you here.
The Maxla and John.
Yeah, excellent. How did your stream go? I might be wrapping up here pretty soon, but yeah, we're in eastern Utah, digging up some dinosaurs here. We've got a lot of people in the quarry right now. It's going to be the most we have for a good while, I think. But yeah, welcome to Paleontologizing. Let me know if you've got any questions about what we're doing here.
PLM guy down there, so I'll ask again and make sure, but he was pretty insistent that he had some sort of No, like in the museum that they had found previously in one of the quarries out there. I can't say for certain.
He's near Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've read a bit about. I've heard people mention that in the literature, but I could never find a specimen number or a photograph or anything.
I specifically asked if it had a specimen number, and he said that it did. But I'll check, double check, and triple check it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All day, every day. So what layer did you find the tooth in? But this thing had been done last year.
Yeah, and just working down to that.
Yeah, working on the layer.
That'd be really helpful. That could almost be its own paper, just like stratigraphic current.
Oh, you got nice points on their table. That's the ideal situation.
We got through all the assembly stuff, and a little bit better.
And Zucchini Boat says, you guys find anything good here yet this season? Well, Fisher found a beautiful theropod tooth here. Tooth from a meat-eating dinosaur, probably a dromaeosaur. What you might call a raptor dinosaur. Yeah, but we really just got started digging here yesterday. Like actually in the quarry proper, getting down to the bone layer. So we're just starting out. We're gonna find a ton of very, very cool bones in the near future, so stay tuned. But again, we're just at the beginning of the season here. Yeah.
Ready for some AC in the car?
How did you figure out that you don't take a big block and try to put it on and then tires like
The whole thing just went. And then one of the guys at the BLM station was like, "Can I give you some redneck advice? I don't think you might not want to take all the other ones. You might just want to play safe because when you hit those brakes, tires blow. That dinosaur goes flying on the road."
We had a really bad
nobody.
dinosaur in the back of a pickup truck situation.
Oh, yeah.
Hacking it.
All right, cool. Well, hang on, just this moment got a humongous raid, 349 people
Oh jeez.
from Descartes Games. Fantastic.
We're using AI right now.
Yeah. Let me,
You can, if you need to hang out longer.
yeah, I'll hang out for a little while longer up here, but you can take everything down
do you
here.
want to go up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Don.
Tell them to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
See you tomorrow. We'll be here.
Welcome, everybody, to Paleontologizing. It is really, really good to have you here. And thank you for joining me. Descartes Games, how was your stream? I hope it was wonderful. Welcome to eastern Utah. We're out digging up some dinosaurs right now in the earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. It's quitting time right now, so we're just about to pack up the quarry. But, yeah. Hey, do we have that theropod tooth wrapped up yet?
Yeah.
We do? Oh, okay. Well, shoot, you're a little too late to see the beautiful meat-eating dinosaur tooth that Fisher found earlier in the quarry. But it's very early in the season. We just started digging down to the bone layer yesterday. So we're trying to get down to the same layer that we were at last summer before we can find some more scientifically important dinosaur bones. But yeah. Anyway, welcome to Paleontologizing, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I'm here on Twitch trying to do some good old-fashioned science outreach. You know, in our modern age, it seems like there's so much anti-science floating around, especially on the internet. And many scientists are overworked and underpaid and don't really get a chance to talk to the general public and give them good information about science. So that's what I'm trying to do here. We're going to be live streaming this dinosaur dig for the next, 2.5 weeks, something like that, till mid-August. And I'm going to be streaming as often as I can. And if you've got any questions or anything like that, just let me know. Yeah. But welcome, everybody. It is fantastic to have you here. This is pretty awesome. Yeah. This is the only, live-streamed dinosaur dig that I know of, not just on Twitch, but really anywhere online. We're actually in the quarry, showing off what we find as we find it, that stuff. So, yeah, I'm really glad you're here. Let's see. How do you pay for life expenses like mortgage or car payments? I don't have a mortgage, goodness. I rent. But I actually make my living through Twitch. So I stream paleontology full-time. When I'm not out here in the field, I'm back home in the San Francisco Bay Area streaming 5 days a week from my office, talking about the latest discoveries in fossil science, new publications, doing art and illustrations and interviews with paleontologists, all kinds of stuff. But it's summertime, so I'm out here doing what I love doing, digging up new species of dinosaur. So that's exactly what we're doing here. Yeah. And Jellica, you sent some food funds. Thank you, Jellica. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, our entire budget for this whole summer is about $1,000. So, yeah, that's for food and fuel and everything except wages for the actual employees of the state of Utah here, of which there are 2. I'm not one. I'm freelance. So anyway, yeah, if you want to help feed the paleontologists and the crew, then yeah, it'd be wonderful if you could send us a few bucks if you're feeling generous. It's definitely not a requirement. This is free to watch. But yeah, Baby Bat, thank you for the 25 months of support. I really appreciate that. Yeah. And Pickett, where did I go to school? I went to Montana State University. which at the time that I was there, it was maybe the only school in the country, maybe the only school in the world that actually had paleontology as a major that you could take. So yeah. That's where I learned how to be a dinosaur paleontologist, was Montana State University and Museum of the Rockies in Bozeman, Montana. So yeah. But nowadays I am freelance. Good stuff. So as you can see, the crew is currently packing things up right now. And I might have to go drive the truck. Let's see. We got Ethan and we've got Dawn. Dawn, do you want me to drive the pickup back?
I mean, if you're still busy, somebody else can do it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I might wrap this up pretty soon. But yeah.
Take care of your raiders.
What's that?
Take care of your raiders.
Thanks. Yeah. Is this a state-led effort then, says Rivers Vegan? So we've got a couple of paleontologists who work for the state of Utah here. But yeah, the state really only pays for their wages. None of our budget actually comes from the state, as I understand it. Yeah, there's been a little bit of fundraising to be able to buy us food out here, and yeah, I think it was about, well, shoot, it was about $500, and we'll probably eat about $800 worth of food over the course of the summer. So yeah, there is some difference we need to make up. But yeah. Thank you, Travel, for continuing that gift sub you got from Golgan. I appreciate you, Travel. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Yeah. But yeah. The Starlink is working pretty well. Let me show everybody that. The only reason I can broadcast from out here in the middle of nowhere, out in the eastern Utah desert, is because of this. We've got a satellite internet hookup. So that dish is pointed up at the sky, communicating with satellites way up there. There's the router and the solar battery, and here are our solar panels. So this is how field live streams are possible. Pretty cool. And if it were not for the very generous support of this community, I'd never be able to afford this stuff. So thank you, everybody who's contributed. Made this possible. Yeah, this is such a wonderful science outreach opportunity. I'm so happy to be able to bring everybody along for this, you know? Yeah. So yeah. Let's see here. Very high tech, says Linux Physics. I mean, this is maybe the most high tech we've ever been on a dig that I've been on. Holy cow. Yeah, satellite internet in the quarry? Nuts. We don't have electricity or running water or flush toilets out here, but we do have internet. Thanks to you, the viewers. So thank you for that. Yeah. So yeah, the rest of the crew's going back to camp, which is right over there. Oh, Don's riding his bike. You see him? Yeah. Yeah. Seems somebody doesn't know how to put the keys in the truck. It's one of those weird keys where it's like, it almost looks like a USB port or something. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to hang out here a little while and talk to all the raiders and all the other viewers. If you've got any questions about dinosaurs, about fossil science, about any of that good stuff, don't hesitate to ask. I'm going to set the camera down for just a minute, and I'm going to put this over my shoulder. So I've got at least one hand free. And I'll get some water and walk around a little bit. Maybe talk about some geology or answer your questions. There we go. Yeah. There we are. Excellent. Ah, nice. And I believe I have some cold water that I've been saving over here under my little technology shade tarp. Trying to keep the solar battery nice and cool. And my streaming gear there in that plastic chest. Oops, I just bumped the encoder. Hopefully we're still on. Yeah. But yeah.
Ontogeny.
Anyway, good stuff. Let me get my water bottle. This water bottle was actually a gift from a member of chat. So thank you for that. And we're good? Thank you, Ladina. There we are. Oh, that's nice. Nice and cold. Somebody do the weather command right now. It is pretty hot out here. So having some cold water is just luxurious. Very nice. Yeah. And did I put on sunscreen? Of course I did, Moonrise. Every day. It's important in a place like this. Somebody was asking about the land before time. I've seen that before when I was a child. I don't think I've seen it since. But yeah, I know for a lot of people that was kind of their introduction to dinosaurs. Especially a lot of people my age. Yeah, and it's 105 out here. Yeah, you know, kind of, it's always very pleasant when the external temperature is higher than your internal body temperature. But yeah. Where do you even get your water from? There's a place in town that we drive to get water. And it's free, which is really nice. Yeah. Shoot, if that were not the case, if we had to pay for water, pay like bottled water prices, this work would probably be impossible. Like, we wouldn't have money to do it. Like, we're operating on that slim of a budget, where if we had to pay for water, this would probably not be doable. Yeah. And Swims with Whales, thank you. Yeah, this is the thing, is that anytime I'd venture outside, everybody on Twitch is like, oh no, Danny, outside is dangerous. Be careful out there. This is what I do. I've been digging up dinosaurs since 2011. And, this is what I live for, you know? And it's so nice to be able to share this with you. So please don't worry about me. Yeah. But yeah. And Claire Burr says, maybe we set up a PayPal account specifically for funding digs each year. I mean, we did that with Ko-Fi this year, remember? Or no, that was with experiment.com to pay for that fieldwork in the almond formation. I don't know, this community has been so incredibly generous about that I really am hesitant to ask any more of anybody. You know? We raised over $7,000 to be able to go dig up dinosaurs in western Wyoming. That's crazy. Really impressive that everyone was that generous, and I feel bad like really asking for anything else. But yeah. Is there a lot of money to make in this field, says Muso. There's a lot of money to lose, I suppose. No, I'm not making any money out here. Nobody is on this crew. Well, actually, Ethan and Dawn this is their job for the state of Utah, so they're getting paid a salary there. But yeah, when we're out here, here's all the shade tarps dismantled and everything, but there's the quarry. You know, we're digging up fossils for the public good, so none of this stuff gets sold. Nobody's making a profit on any of this. You know, this is for the good of humanity, and as a result, you know, there's very limited funding. Anything that's just for the basic public good is often very underfunded, unfortunately. That's how it works in a capitalist economy, I suppose. If we were raining death on Yemeni children, then we'd be getting paid billions of dollars, I'm sure. But, I don't know, if we're out here digging up dinosaurs for, you know, for scientific purposes, and for the joy and wonder of it all, you know, we have $500 for the whole summer. Yeah, you know how it works. But yeah. Big True says, Panseared knows what's up. Welcome. Yeah. But yeah. Whoop. So maybe I'll point out a couple of other things that, like, we didn't really talk about earlier. You see these right here? We've got these bits of rebar that are there in the ground. Some of them have these pink flags on them. Some of them have what I call safety muffins on them. These are data spikes. And so there's a whole grid system that we've set up here, and Dawn is very protective over it. This is how we collect data here. You also see spikes that are there in the quarry itself. Those are what we call data spikes. And so there's a grid established here, and this is how we map everything in the quarry. So this particular site has been worked for, I think this particular site's been about 10 years now. And so there's a bunch of different maps that have been drawn here by Dawn and other crew members that show where each individual bone and tooth and important plant root and everything else has come out. So we've got like a complete picture of where everything has come out of here for, the past decade, let's say. And that's really, really important when we're collecting scientific data like this. You got to be thorough about it, and it's got to be consistent year to year, because we're trying to figure out what was this ancient environment like. Why did these animals live and die in this place? How did their skeletons disarticulate? What kind of environment was this? And when you map everything out, it makes it all that much easier to make sense of it. So, important stuff. Yeah. If we were doing this, if we were like a commercial group doing this, there probably wouldn't be time to do that, Because, time is money. So they wouldn't really care about the data. Most commercial groups don't, if they're going to be selling fossils. But these fossils are here on public land, which means they belong to the people of the United States. They belong in a museum, so we're excavating them, gathering data on them, and bringing them back for study and repositing in a museum. Yeah. Context is everything. Exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. Yeah. Rivers Vegan says, so dig sites are typically called quarries? Yeah. Yeah. In paleontology, at least, yeah. Because we're kind of down quarrying into the dirt, into the rock, rather. That's an important thing to know, is that this is rock right here. I don't know if you saw this earlier when we had the shade tarps up. Now they're down, because everybody went back to camp, except for me. I wanted to stay here so I could show you all of this, of course, after we got a big raid. But we're working in solid rock. I hope that much is obvious. This is where I was working earlier. And yeah, this is solid rock right here. Because dinosaur fossils are not found in soil. These are sediments that are tens of millions of years old. This quarry right here is probably between 135 and 141 million years old. So yeah, soil doesn't last that long. Rock, however, does, and that's exactly what this is. Yeah. Cyan Streams, thank you so much for the 27 months. I really appreciate that. Holy cow. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah. And Beanco says, you ever come across a particularly interesting dinosaur death, like an obvious fight or something? I have not personally dug at any sites like that. Actually, I take that back. There's one particular site where we had, I won't say what kind of critter, but we had a critter that seems to have died in a burrow collapse. So it lived inside of a burrow, like a hole in the ground, that it dug for its family, and that collapsed and killed it. At least that's our interpretation of that site. But it's not published yet, so I can't tell you what it is. I want to, but I gotta restrain myself, because it's not yet been published. But, yeah. So that's pretty cool. There's a whole branch of paleontology that we call taphonomy, T-A-P-H-O-N-O-M-Y, taphonomy. And that's the study of what happens in between when a creature dies and then when it eventually gets discovered. So many different things can happen to it. Other critters can come along and eat the carcass. They can scatter the bones around. The bones can be scattered around by wind and rain and, water currents. Burrowing creatures can move through and, dig holes through the bones and stuff like that. There's all of these different, what we call taphonomic processes, different forces that act upon these bones and these, animals' remains. So yeah, that's a really, really cool and important mode of study also. So like the burrow collapse, that'd be a really interesting taphonomic agent there. The collapse of a burrow that would preserve these animals. So yeah. And Talmaline says, this is rekindling my childhood excitement about dinosaurs. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. And welcome to Paleontologizing. It's great to have you here. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. Anyway, if anybody else has got any questions, you let me know. I'm really excited to do a raid in a little bit, too. So I hope you'll stick around for that. Good friend of mine is doing a charity stream, and I want to give her as much support as I can. So if everybody will stick around for that raid, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, Ios, a member of my stream team, is doing a fundraising stream for a really cool charity. But yeah, your last chance. Unfortunately, your name is White. I can't see. Who are you? I can't see you in white. In Adult Viper. There you go. You have a very cryptic name, camouflaged. Yeah. But yeah. Let's see, what's the largest and smallest dinosaur that you've discovered? Thanks for the cool stream. Lights View Photo, hey, thanks for the great questions. Thanks for the kind words. Largest dinosaur I've ever discovered? Ooh, boy. I found a femur of a T-Rex once that was, like, really big. From, like, an adult Tyrannosaurus, most likely. So that might have been the biggest dinosaur I've personally discovered. We didn't end up digging that up and collecting it just because it didn't seem to go anywhere. It was just an isolated femur, and it wasn't really worth the... we've got very limited time, very limited budgets. This is when I was working with Denver Fowler of the Badlands Dinosaur Museum up on the American Prairie Reserve in 2015. That was pretty big. But yeah, so that would have been from a pretty big dinosaur, but I only found one bone of it. Smallest dinosaur I've ever discovered. I found some bird bones before. Also in the Hell Creek. Actually, it was only a couple days before finding the T-Rex, I think. Yeah, from a little, probably an Antiornithine bird or something like that. Or a little ornithurin bird, perhaps. But yeah, that was a little humerus, I think, that was about this big. So it would have been from a pretty small little dinosaur. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff. And Rivers Vegan, thank you for the 2 months of Prime subs there. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. And are there any bones left in the Hell Creek? Of course there are. Shoot. Holy cow, Cypher. There will be bones coming out of the Hell Creek Formation for thousands upon thousands, for millions of years into the future, maybe. Yeah. It's a treasure trove. This particular valley here in Utah, this is from far, far younger than the Hell Creek. The Hell Creek, or far, far older, excuse me. The Hell Creek, those are some of the youngest dinosaur fossils in the world. Youngest non-avian dinosaur fossils. That's from right before the asteroid hit. That's actually from the top of the Hell Creek is from when the asteroid hit. That's 66 million years ago. Right here in eastern Utah, this is the very beginning of the Cretaceous period. So that quarry down there that we're working is about 140 million years old. Give or take a few. What's a few million years between friends, But, yeah. In this particular valley here, in Utah's Cedar Mountain Formation, there are numerous places where there are different dinosaurs coming out of the ground. Right here is the most interesting currently, so that's where we're digging. But you could send crews out here for the next several hundred years, probably, and just never run out of dinosaurs to find. They are everywhere here, which is really cool. There are dinosaur fossils coming out right there in camp. Little bits of bone right there on the surface. If you were just to dig in further, like, you could potentially find another bone bed with more dinosaurs. We've got such limited resources here that we can only really concentrate in one little area. So that's what we're doing. But man, there is possibility for so much here, just in this one little valley. Oh yeah. Anyway, pretty cool, right? When Jim Kirkland, the Utah State paleontologist, comes out here in a few days, he'll talk about this. He would love to turn this area into like a national monument. Dawn of the Cretaceous National Monument, he would call it. And, yeah, it would be pretty awesome. But I'll let him talk about that when he gets here. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. And Steely Dan, yep, it has changed from 65 to 66 million years ago. That happened around 2012, something like that. 2013, maybe. But our dates got a bit more precise. Yeah. Oh, and Gigantor, thank you for reposting a question from Muso. Some random person randomly discovers old bones or fossils. Is it legally required to report it in somewhere, or can you just take it home? So it depends where you're at. When you're in the United States, if it's on private land, then those fossils belong to the landowner. So you need to talk to the landowner, I guess. But if they're on public land, like here we are on federal land, Bureau of Land Management land, publicly owned, so it belongs to, to the people of the United States. That means all of these fossils are public property. They belong to the people of the United States, which means they belong in a museum. And so we've got permits in order to be able to dig here. And, and we've got to do things absolutely by the book. Which is good, because that's how you collect good data, that's how you do good science. I'm not complaining about that at all. That's how it should be done. So yeah, all of these fossils are going to go back to the Natural History Museum of Utah after we dig them up and clean them. But yeah, if you're, say, a hiker, or a dog walker, or a birder, or a bicyclist, or whatever, you're out on public land in the United States and you see what looks like an important fossil, you go like, holy cow, that looks like that's a dinosaur bone. Here's the advice that I will give you. All right, you listening? Everybody paying attention right now? If you find an important fossil, here's what you should do. Take a deep breath and take some pictures. Most people nowadays have got this remarkable device in their pocket called a Teflon, and you could take pictures with it. So take some pictures of the thing in the ground. Don't dig it up, don't carry it away. Pictures of it. And then stand up and take some pictures of your surroundings. Take a picture of the horizon so that they can actually figure out where you were standing. Because if you can't relocate it, then it's no help to anyone. So take some pictures of the fossil, take some pictures of the surrounding to document where you were. And if you have a telephone like that, a cellular phone, many of these have a GPS app on them too. If you could take coordinates of where you were, that's even more helpful. And then call up the Bureau of Land Management, call up, if you're in a national park, call up one of the rangers, try to get in contact with a paleontologist. There have been so many different times when some bright, curious person has been out walking and had discovered a fossil, taken some pictures of it, logged their location, talked to a paleontologist, and it turns out to be a remarkable discovery, like a new genus or a new species of dinosaur. And sometimes that new dinosaur will get named after that person who originally discovered it. Think about that, having your very own dinosaur named after you. That'd be pretty amazing, right? That's happened many, many times. When Jim Kirkland gets here, we'll ask him about some of those instances, and he'll have some cool stories about that, I'm sure. But yeah, that's what you do if you find an important fossil. So yeah. Anyway, good stuff. Leave a $20 bill to incentivize the pit. That's not necessary, SP. But yeah. And Fake Alex Jones says, so far, what has been your most exciting or favorite dig? That's a great question. Shoot. Maybe my first one ever was a ton of fun. They have all been a lot of fun, but my first time working in the Hell Creek, my first time doing field work, was in 2011 out in Hell Creek. I was just a, young student back then, eager to dig up dinosaurs for the first time. And, yeah, I got to dig up several Triceratops, including the Yoshi's Trike specimen from the Yoshi's Trike site. The Triceratops specimen with the longest brow horns anywhere in the world. That was a ton of fun. Yeah, and then after that, in 2012, man, I did a ton of field work that year. That was probably my most exciting year, actually. The first part of the summer, I was out helping a friend in Ekalaka, Montana, as he was kind of fixing up his museum there. We did a little tiny bit of prospecting. Then later I went out to the Judith River Formation with the Museum of the Rockies and discovered what will hopefully one day be published as a new species of ceratopsian dinosaur, new species of horned dinosaur. That was super exciting. One of my first days ever out prospecting. Found something really, really cool. And then later on in that summer, I was part of a very small crew with Museum of the Rockies, with some of the same people, digging in the Hell Creek. And we dug up Pachycephalosaurus and Triceratops and more Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus and more Triceratops and Edmontosaurus and more Triceratops. There was a lot of Triceratops. 2012, that was probably my most exciting summer. But I was working at a lot of sites in different geologic formations that summer. It was a whirlwind. So yeah. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, Oddjob says, weather looks so nice. It is, yeah. It's a very pleasant 105 degrees Fahrenheit here. 41 degrees Celsius, something like that. Yeah, it's gorgeous out. Yeah. 2012 was a good year for Triceratops. It was. Diatoms attack. Every year is a good year for Triceratops. They're so common out there in the Hell Creek. Yeah, you can't... How's the saying go? You can't spit on a cat without the cat hitting a Triceratops? Something like that. Anyway, they're everywhere. Is the sun hat keeping you nice and cool? It is Triceratops for the most part. I wouldn't say nice and cool, but it's keeping me alive. And that's definitely a plus. Yeah. And Woolstock says, how these dinosaurs get covered up as deep as they are? Is it just sedimentation? I mean, they're not that deep. That's the thing, is that we find dinosaur fossils right here on the surface. So, like, I'm walking around right now, and there's probably bits of dinosaur bone, really, really tiny pieces right here on the surface. So, yeah. So most of the time, we don't find them when they're very deep. We find them when they're eroding out of the surface. But yeah, it is just sedimentation. Like, these animals were living and dying in these environments and getting buried at the bottom of a lake or a river or out on a floodplain or something like that. And then over time, you just have more and more and more sediment. So yeah. And then, hopefully, millions of years later, that particular spot goes from being a depositional environment where rock is being created into an erosional environment where rock is being destroyed, where rock is being eroded away, taken off. And then that's where we find, dinosaur fossils. Really, any vertebrate fossils. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Frost heaving, too, over time. Well, not really, because frost heaving works in soil. So you're back now. Yeah. Are we back? Uh-oh, did our Starlink cut out? Oh, we're back. Okay, good. There's just a little bit of a delay. Anyway, yeah, good stuff. So anyway, I hope that answers your question, but it does seem like this might be overheating right now. It is 105 degrees out right now. So what we are going to do is we are going to wrap up the stream, but don't go away. We're going to go right into Ios, who's a member of my stream team, and she's doing a fundraiser stream right now. And, yeah, we are going to go say hello to her. She's fundraising for a really, really cool charity. I think it's Trans Lifeline. So we're going to go show her some love and bring a bunch of viewers in. Try and help out with this fundraiser. So you guys are in for a treat. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Raid Ios. There we go. Good stuff. This is a stream intended for mature audiences, just so everybody knows. But Ios has got a good heart. She makes really good content. You're going to like this a lot. She's one of my favorite people in the world, a member of my stream team. So we'll ask her how things are going out there in the San Francisco Bay Area, my home. I'm a little bit, always a little bit homesick when I'm far from home. So it's going to be awesome. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for your attention, for your viewership, for your questions, and for your financial support. It really does mean a great deal to me, and I am very, very grateful to have this opportunity to take you out into the field and show you what it's like to dig up dinosaurs live here on Twitch. So yeah, I will hopefully be streaming again tomorrow around the same time, so tune in then. By then we'll probably have some more cool bones to show off coming out of the quarry. And should be a good time, so don't miss it. Anyway, until then, everybody, you take care of yourselves, and let's go say hello to Ios. Alright, see you later. Bye-bye.